DabX to red when you use diamonds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hot mics.
I'm giving DabX a plug.
DabX plugs.
Hey, forget about it.
Coming in hot mics.
It hasn't started yet.
It sort of has.
There we go.
One of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke smoke the real thing. One of the focus on the road. Sweet. Some call it marijuana. Sweet. Some call it sesame. Sweet. Some call it non-spread. And some people call it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Hard stop.
We ain't
What is
getting
that,
hit
DJ?
this time.
We have a DJ in the house?
We ain't getting hit.
Welcome to
this
the
time.
Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn. And we
I'm
are
Dave Charnick.
live all over the freaking world over here. I see,
Oh,
Jake,
yeah, we're
I see Jake has
representing.
jumped in. I see Jake's jumped in. We have Stefan here coming in from Minnesota. Jake out of Michigan. Kat coming in any second. We got possible Barcelona. We don't know. Maybe they call him. Maybe they don't. It's up to Dave.
No, they're coming
It's all
in. They're coming.
Okay. So we've got what was that guy's name again? The guy calling
Yeah.
in?
Uh-huh.
It's from the Autoflower. Yes, he
Yep.
is. It's from the
Uh-huh.
World Autoflower Cup.
If I were a
In
professional,
Barcelona.
I would know that information.
You should, and you have it in front of you. So you.
I
Can't
gave
find
it. I sent it to you. I sent you his
No.
bio,
I don't.
did.
I know, but you know.
but you didn't have access to it.
No, I'm
His
here.
name is-
You're lucky I'm
his
here. Put it that
name
way. I'm
is-
sorry, guys. We're late.
Arnau Tango.
Arnout Tangle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll see Arnout soon. But yeah,
Maybe
I was
that's
on
him.
the road today. So you're lucky that I'm only a half an hour late because there was a chance there. There was a moment in
hold on.
time.
It's 5:04. We were
That's
more than a.
4 minutes. 34 minutes.
All right. Good enough.
You know we don't
Good
start
enough.
till at 30. Come on.
I
So
know
anyway,
that, but
welcome
I'm
to the
trying
show.
to keep
Welcome
it
to the
up.
show, guys. And we also have. Let's see who else we have. We have Kat, Jake. We got Stefan. We got Arno, and we got who else?
Yep.
Oh, we got
Who's that?
Andy, Uncle Andy. We got Uncle
Oh, and
Andy.
there's Kat.
Oh, Minnesota. What? Everybody from Minnesota?
Oh, yeah.
Half of Minnesota's on the phone.
I
We're on
think
the
he's
show.
just trying to get me to say it.
What's that? Turn your phone sideways.
There you go.
Good job.
Yep.
Don't-
Oh,
It's my
this is
first time.
this
I
is
don't
like
know
a
the rules.
COVID show. You know, when everybody
what?
from COVID would join on Zoom and we'd have 19 people on. Hold on,
Nice.
everybody.
I'm just gonna leave it going. Shout out to student class.
Oh, there he is. Hey, what's going on? We got the Autoflower Cup, World Autoflower Cup.
Wait, side bet. How long does it take Andy to figure out his lock is on? I'm going to go with at
Andy's
least 2
getting-
minutes.
Andy's getting old. Andy's on
Look
the
at him.
he's on the old
Look at those glasses.
He's on the remote control issue.
He had the Coke bottles on.
He's at that level. He's at that level right now.
Hey, what
Look
am
at
I
his
supposed to
hair.
do now? What lock?
Look, he has hair.
I
You
know,
have your
right?
screen lock on. You have your lock thing so that it won't turn side. Your rotate thing, your button on your iPhone is pushed.
It's okay. Don't worry. Andy's a
Hey,
rebel.
this is the iPhone 1. This is like from 1382. It's the oldest phone ever. It's actually a collectible.
1382. Wow, that's a good year. Good year of iPhones. Well, it looks like we got everybody at once, which is always fun. So we'll see who can
And
hang
look
the
at
longest.
Arnau. He's already frowning. He's like, I stayed up late for this.
I
Oh,
know.
my
he thought he
goodness.
was he was getting
Oh.
all the attention, but the reality is it's a free for all, guys. But that's
Well,
what
no,
happens.
let's hear about Autoflower Cup first, since you're in Spain right now, so it's late for you, right? It's like
Yeah, you need to cash out early. You're allowed to leave first. How's that? We'll give you the first option out.
Arnau, welcome to the show. Autoflower Cup, for those of you who don't know, it's what we talked about, man. It could be the future of growing. That and triploids, right? I want to hear results from both of those different types of projects. But Autoflower Cup, Barcelona, it's upcoming soon, right?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks left for this fourth edition.
And just to be clear, because we've discussed autoflower seeds in the past, you do have to water them. It's not auto water. Anybody out there listening, you still have to water them. I don't want to hear, don't send us fucking hate mail where you go, they keep fucking dying, man. You know, you must water them. You treat them like every other plant, just put them in bigger pots. But thank you. Tell us about the Autoflower Cup since we're all on Zoom and it's always tough to hear everybody.
Well, as you know, Autoflower World Cup is not so the autoflower seeds, they are not the same of it was like 10 years before that. There was like, I don't know, roughly buds nowadays, and every year I can see the level is rising and going up, going up, going up. So there's no joke, man, with the autoflowers. And I'm seriously thinking also to open or to propose to the competition to have, like, for example, like extractions or water hash or rosin, because the flowers are sick. So fucking crazy.
I'm one of the people that would rather say, you know what, let's just have a competition. If you think your autos, you know, could stand up against someone else's regular seeds, you know, unfeminized, no photo period, go right ahead. You know, I'm all for it. So I'm looking forward to it. When is it going to be? Are we going to be in, Adam, will we be in Spain when that's happening?
Is it before or after the Cannabis?
It's during Cannabis. The competition here in Europe is during the same days of the Expo. The Expo starts Friday 15, and we will have the first days is like the catering with the judges. Everybody smokes, everybody tries all samples, and then Saturday is the ceremony awards.
Nice. Is it during the day or is it evening after the exhibit hall closes?
We do it always after the expo, when everybody, you know, it's like, okay, it's one event of Spanish. After the expo, like it's a little bit like chilling. We'll have a live show. We'll have a little bit of some music. We'll have DJs. We have some catering. So we try to do an alternative event, and after of a Spanish event, let's say like that.
Got it. Got it. And since Adam and I are going out there on a tremendous budget, will food be served? Because we're only showing up to events that have good buffets.
We're going to have plastic lined pockets on all our clothes so we can just stuff the shit in there.
Collect everything, no?
Grove bags. That's a good one. We keep grove bags.
Yes.
Filled up.
We'll bring
this
those.
Is some shrimp. We got shrimp in this pocket. You know? A lot of seafood.
So how many entries did you have?
I think this year we are around 40 already, and you can enter. So for everybody who's watching this, if you are going to Barcelona and want to compete, you are still able to register yourself as a competitor and fight for this trophy this year of the Autoflower World Cup. We have 5 different categories. So guys, if you, for example, do the one of the categories that I like it most is like the new strain, because it's something like, okay, people are at their home, you know, working, because, you know, when you try to breed, you know, you need time to select, to hound the pheno. So this is one of my favorite awards, best new favorite strain. So everybody have a new phenotypes, new fire. Please come and join out of our competition, and let's make it even more beautiful, you know, because more people, more competition, more fun for everybody.
For sure. Is the event location public, or are you selling tickets to get in?
There is not, here in Spain, I'm sure everybody knows the Cannabis Club. So we're running this at OG Club. It's a place here in Barcelona, in the city center. And there's not like kind of like tickets, like you go in a place and you buy tickets, but you have to be a member, and everybody knows us. To be a member for a Cannabis Club in Barcelona, you must come recommended by somebody.
Got it. Good to know. So we know you. So there we go.
Yeah, guys, you can come. You are more than invited, and everybody who's watching, if you're coming to Barcelona and want to attend, we are all connected. Just WhatsApp me, Instagram, and we make it happen. You know, we want to come, or compete to. We want to see the fire of the people.
So it's anybody can enter, or it has to be a club, or how are you guys doing the entries? Did you have categories like that? Like, is there a club version and the People's Cup? Or?
Majority of competitors are professionals. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are like seed brands, there are like clubs, and there are few that are, let's say, home growers. But it's not necessary to compete to be like a big brand or to be like a big grower. Just if you have like a nice spot at your home and you are working with good autoflowers and you do the things right, you are able to compete too. We don't. It's not a must.
Is there any? I mean, not that people are going to go out and cheat, but is there any kind of way that, like, is there any people out there that are just throwing, like, oh yeah, it's autoflower, and you're just like, how do we know it's an autoflower until we see it grow? Or do you know what I mean? If it's a seed company, you kind of get it because they're selling the seeds. But when it's somebody at home, I could see somebody maybe wanting to come in and just dominate without it actually being an autoflower.
Good point.
It's really, 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 for not saying impossible, to know if you take one flower from regular and autoflower, it's really difficult to say, okay, no, this is from autoflower seed, no, this is regular seed, no, this is feminine seed. It's something that I don't know. Correct me, if you know how to do it.
What kind of fucked up personality would want to enter the Autoflower Cup with photoperiod seeds just so they could?
I can see it happening.
Yeah.
For what end? So that they could win and then go, ha, or something like that?
It's I've seen weirder things happen, guys. Well, it's some people just want to have that trophy, right? They're just like, I want that trophy.
Marketing.
But just for having, if you don't have autoflowers in your seed bank and I don't know, we trust in our competitors, and we give them our confidence. So that, okay, this is an autoflower competition.
Are you doing like a hash category, or is it just flower?
It's just flower for the moment, but this is a thing that I'm trying to push. This is the second year, because I don't know if you heard about the Dunn Duchess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
she's one of the main judges this year for this edition, and we did a podcast with her earlier, and we were discussing this. Like, okay, since so you have a good plan, you're starting with a good genetics. Doesn't matter if it's autoflower or not. If you got a good resin and you can work with good material, you're gonna get good extract. So as saying, if you cannot say if one bud is from autoflower or from regular seeds, so if you're doing an extraction and you're starting from a good flower, you don't know if this rosin or this isolator is coming from autoflower or from a regular seeds. So this is a thing that I'm pushing. This is the second year I won a category in the competition of extraction from autoflowers.
I still think you're a piece of shit if you enter photoperiod seeds in this type of competition.
Well, no, exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying about, though. I've seen it in the hash category many fucking times. You know what I mean? Like, it's hardly ever a single strain. It's always like a little blend or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's very hard for people to resist the ability to fuck the system. You know what I mean? No matter how it is. I mean, I've seen everybody try every angle, so I wouldn't put it past them.
They want to win, they won the trophy. I won this at home, so.
I mean, Jake had to pay me like $250,000 just to win his third place. I pushed it hard. I was at least $250,000. No.
Hey, shout out to Stang. Well, if you're talking about paying for stuff, let's talk about high times. I mean, give me a fucking break. Nobody wants to go that way.
No.
So congratulations on getting so many entries. You know what? If someone does try to pull that little slick willy and come in with photo period or try to say something afterwards, please invite them on the show. Say there's some people that want to talk to you, so that I could call them a fucking asshole on the radio, and because that's just that's a dick move.
Where you at, Gramps? Where the hell are you at?
I know. What's the trophy?
The trophy is interesting because I think if you are a seed bank and you are working with autoflowers and you get the trophy, the trophy then have like a real value, let's say in euros or it's not bold, but you get this
What?
reputation,
Come on,
you
at
get
least
this
go. At
respect.
least.
There are near Canadians on the call right now, so I was trying to make a Stanley Cup reference, thinking that, would they take it around and, is the trophy like a bong so that you can smoke out of it, like, they drink out of the Stanley Cup and shit
Fun,
like that?
no? It's like a bong trophy. So when you get it, okay, let's go home and no.
Right. For sure. Get it. Jason
Hey,
Harris will
did
make
you
it.
just call Minnesotans near Canadians? Is that what that was? I saw that day. You don't think I let that slide, homie? I heard
Moving
that.
on.
It took a while.
Moving on.
It took a while
Somebody
for you to pick up on that. I'm surprised. I thought you would be a little quicker.
I was on. I was just letting the other dude finish his sentence first. Look, dude, I already knew that was coming. We have a town called Little Canada here. It's fucking pathetic. Oh yeah, it's right down by the Arby's when we go fishing down by Pug Hole.
When you speak with that accent, Andy, Arnell can't understand a word you're saying. Okay?
Oh yeah, you betcha. You can understand each word. It's real nice.
So how
if
do
I
people
ever talk like that for real, you can beat me.
No, it's okay. We'll just mute you. How do people find the Autoflower Cup? What's the website and what's the Instagram?
Guys, we have our website is autoflower.com, and you can join the Instagram channel autoflower_World Cup. I'm gonna show to you, to everybody.
Oh, they won't be able to see the Zoom maybe unless your chain takes over your camera. Oh, there you go.
Autoflower_World Cup.
More than welcome, everybody who wants to start
I got both of
following
them.
us
I'll paste him
and see what would happen in this adventure. It's gonna
Is
be
is there a couch for Dave to sleep on there? That's a good question because he's looking at couches.
Way to
in
go,
Barcelona.
partner.
That's his number one search right now. Is
I have to say that at the OG Club there is a lot of couch, so no worry for that. We have a 100% guarantee.
If you just put a sign on me that says just leave a little water and food, I'll be okay.
So you are coming.
We'll be there. We're going to be in Spain.
Okay.
That's as far as we can say. We have nothing else yet. We will arrive at some point in time. And maybe somebody out there is like, hey. No, Andy will get us a room, I'm sure. Since Adam, invented Andy and made his whole career.
How's that feel, Andy?
I'm waiting the day of the awards, of the ceremony.
We'll be there for sure. We'll definitely be there. Nice. I get in I land on the 11th, but it's a Lufthansa, so it's a late day. So anytime after the 12th, we can connect. I think, Adam, you get there like on the 10th or 11th or something. Maybe
something around this. Maybe. Who knows? You never know. I go to Amsterdam first. I might get lost. That's what usually happens. I'll fly through Amsterdam on the 7th, and I get there around the 11th or 12th. Yeah, something like that.
So Adam's not coming to Spain. He's going to Amsterdam. He won't be leaving. I know how this story is going to go. Yeah.
I fly in and I fly out.
Time because the event is on 16. So easy.
Yeah.
No problem.
Time to arrive.
Adam, you didn't tell him I'm coming with you?
Oh, God.
Packing Andy up. That's why he's growing his hair.
Just make sure Andy connects through London. It's an easy airport to connect through.
Oh, fuck Heathrow. I'll kill myself if I go through there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Arnell. You're welcome to stick around with us. We've got like 19 people here, so it'll be a free for all. If you want to call bullshit on anything that near Canadians are saying when they start speaking, please stay on. We could always use a dissenting opinion.
Cool. I will be here for that. No worries.
All right. Thanks, so Autoflower Cup on the 16th in Barcelona. What's the cannabis club again?
OG.
I'm waiting everybody at the OG Club Saturday 16 ceremony awards. We have a live show. We will have a lot of surprises. We'll give a lot of prizes. We will have our media team also doing interviews to everybody who will join. We will do live sessions too. It's gonna be fun. So if you are around after Spanavis Saturday, come at the club and have fun all together with us at the Autoflower World Cup 4th edition, guys. Thank you for your invitation. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Wonderful.
Thanks,
and our
man.
lawyer is telling us again, we have to mention you do have to water autoflower seeds. Okay? Very important. Very important.
But that is all you have to do with them is just water.
Thank you. Peace.
Thank you so much, guys.
Adios.
Thanks, man. Peace out.
How's my accent there on that one, Andy? Huh?
Terrible.
Perfect.
Lisp. You have to lisp more if you want
Adios.
to be
Adios.
Barcelona. Adios. Adios.
Adios.
Yes.
All right. So who else do we have here?
Who we got? Well, we got all Minnesota, and we have Jake the Snake. What's going on?
I'm in Michigan. I'm just as close to Canada.
I know, right? You're up there.
Where are you at?
So
I'm in Michigan.
Oh,
so we got
sorry to
Cat.
hear that. That's all right, though, bro. We still love you.
Yeah, you're right. I got Canada below me.
Right. He's in a nice area of Michigan, though. He's not in
Or at least
Detroit.
he makes it nice. He makes it nice. That's for
He
sure.
does. He does. He's got a nice
We got
golf
the
cart.
edible. So we got the edible sort of front right here. We got you at the midnight bars, right? And we got the sugar crew.
Yeah.
So
well, Jake got his own edible. You got gummies now too, don't you, Jake?
let's talk about Jake's stuff. I haven't had you on in a while.
Just
last time you played some tunes for us.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Didn't I hook up the plant to my synth and we were making right in the background for a couple hours?
That's always fun. Yes, I know. I was almost thinking we should get you down again with that. It's awesome. But so what's going on? What's the haps up there?
Yeah, Michigan's market is all over the place, just like everywhere, right? Just been making my chocolate bars, and I got these little full moon things now that I make, little discs, and doing large cannons, large joints for my products on metric, with like 3 grand cannons, these types of things. And I've always done the big ass joints, right? I used to do the Cannagars. Now I'm moving over. I like the rice papers better, and doing my own wood tips now and our own rolling papers and grinders and stuff, trying to ancillary market and focus on that. There's a big market for hash right now. A lot of people are rolling their own, coming into rolling these joints and stuff. So it's a great market, but, and doing a lot of clones too, providing for a couple different, grows in Michigan. So it's really fun because that's really the best part about, the cannabis business is feno-hunting. And taking the knowledge that I learned from watching your show back in the day and everything that I learned with the terps and the phenos and, bringing these to market and holding them. And, I've held all my genetics that I've had since even my blueberries from 2002. I've got still the original DJ Short one. I've got all the ones I've won, the sours, the OGs still.
And Jake, what was your address again?
Well, it's funny too. It's like holding on to those things really pays off at a certain point. Like, it's like a lot of times they don't yield that great, or they don't, people don't want to pay more. They take longer. There's all sorts of issues, especially with older clones. But if you can keep them healthy, and you can wait long enough, it's like fashion where you can like, fuck, I can wear that again. Like, holy shit, I haven't worn that in 20 years because it's been so out. But now all of a sudden everybody wants to say, I got a whole fucking thing full of that. You know what I mean? And with genetics, like right now, sours are hot, chems are hot. People are sick of gelatos. They're getting tired of the same sort of wishy-washy kind of stuff. Looks good, not much effect or whatever.
Yeah, get rid of the runs.
Are you guys getting? Well, I played around with it for a minute and got decent results, but nothing got out of the lane. It stayed right in that lane. Right. So it's like it's not really that interesting as a breeder or as a grower. It's kind of like, that's not fun. Like, you don't want everything to have the same nose and the same structure. And there's like, well, I'm a great grower, but it doesn't really make it very fun.
I mean, runts in itself is a good flavor. Like Skittles is a good flavor. Like blueberry is a good flavor. OG Kush is a good flavor, but I'll always.
It doesn't blend. It doesn't really blend well. It dominates everything it touches, and then it's like trying to blend Jack. You can't do it. It doesn't blend. There's no blend. You know what I mean? It's impossible.
It's like that. Yeah. It's like music, like tones that don't go together, dissonant tones, right? You know, trying to like cooking or something. You know, you're mixing sweet and too much sweet. You're like, come on, you got to put a little bitter in there, a little sour, or a little. You got to mix it right, cook, you know.
And a lot of times it's literally oversteering in the opposite direction by just the tiniest amount to just fix it. You know what I mean? Like you just you're about to go off the rail. You do that one little tip, and then you're like back on track again. You know what I mean? And it's like that with the plants a lot of times too. Like there's a lot of, you know, what's funny is I just have I was talking to Max from Canna Research, the freak show, Max, Dr. Freak. And I got seeds from Humble, you know, obviously they came via him, but at one point, but I selected out of it a male that was the only one that didn't have the fern mutation, right? So I had a 10-pack, and I think one didn't make it, and most of them were all ferns except this one. And I was like, oh, I hope that's a male, right? I just like in my mind was like, fuck, I hope that's a male, and it was. And I crossed it with kind of everything, and every single thing that I touched it became gigantic, like literally gigantic. Like, fuck, look at the size of that. And not only that, and what I'm really pleased about is like now that the terps are coming in and stuff, it doesn't affect the flavor of whatever you're crossing it into. Like the Trinity smells like Trinity, the cheese smells like cheese, the Gorilla Glue smells like Gorilla Glue. I'm like, oh, perfect, finally, because I've had so many males that didn't do that. They just fucked everything up and turned it all into whatever you're trying to cross it into. And to me, that's actually not fun at all. It's like, it's boring and you don't get anything out of it. You know what I mean? You just get this like, great, I just grew a whole bunch of this leafier version of the same thing, or maybe a little bit, you know, tighter bud.
That's a breeder's dream right there, right? You know, because you want to get that flavor from the mom and accentuate it, right? Just like bring it more. You don't want to change it to be something weird, you know. How can we boost this? How can we, you know, nuance
it's like what I was saying, like that nudge is really important, because it's like if you can just nudge it a little bit, or just sort of get a little coating of it of the other one in there, then it gets really nuanced. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, on the exhale it tastes like menthol, but on the inhale it tastes like, you know, this. And that's like, when that happens, I get all excited. That's like, you're like, ooh, you know. Whereas it's like sometimes you get the opposite, where, you know, it's amazing, it grows great, and then you go to smoke it, especially like chems and sours and all of those things. Very, very rarely does it go like, oh yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Usually it's like, fuck, where did that go? Sage does the same thing. It's really hard to cross into stuff. Like certain things are just weird. Like you're like, where did it go? It just like got like completely sucked into the other one. All the things you recognize, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, those sours and chems don't tend to breed true from cross to cross, right? Like you got to keep hunting to bring that profile out. I definitely took a long time to learn that and dial that in, thinking like, oh, if I cross this sour with this sour, like it's going to be sour. And that's not the case at all, right? Like you got to keep hunting that sequence down to bring
it looser and shit. They don't get that same density that everybody wants right now, you know.
Right. But anything we can add back into the gene pool that gets away from these candy flavors is a win, in my opinion. You know, I think, you know, Minnesota's coming online now, and it's nice to see, because everyone is tired of that, and they're all, I want that old school smoke, right? I want that chemi, that scatol profile, that heavy sour hit, which is awesome, because that's exactly what I like to grow.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what you were saying the other day, Adam, that the old school's coming back and people are looking for the originals. Yeah. Yeah.
It's also, you know, the thing is, it's really, it's really like, effect orientated though too, because back in the day things did not stay around if they didn't work, because too much money was wasted. Too much money was spent, too much energy, and too much danger and all that. So at the end of the day, it had to work. You couldn't be like, oh, look at this, it looks great, but it doesn't get you high. And that was all the BC bud that came in. That was like, you can get away with it when you don't know your customer, right? Like if you don't know who your person is, you can get away with it for a while. But if you actually got to talk to the person, like they're going to come back to you and go, dude, that shit didn't even do anything. They got no head change at all. And that's like the exact opposite, where like what you want to hear is, I ate the whole fridge and I woke up and I didn't fucking remember like leaving the front door open and my keys on my car. And all those are the things. Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's what we want to hear. So it's kind of like that. But I think with Instagram, it kind of killed that, because Instagram made it so you looked at the weed, you're like, oh my God, Oreos is the greatest weed that's ever existed, until you smoke it, right? Until you smoke it, and then you smoke it, and you're like, I think it has negative terps. Like it has taken terps out of my body, and I have less terps inside of me right now. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on here,
like reversed osmosis weed or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, it just sucks. Yeah, exactly. Like it pulls all the newts the other way, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that legendary cardboard cut.
Yeah, the cardboard.
Well, like that's how when Josie and I picked Glucci, I was down in Vegas and we had a friend of ours, Coop, who would always try things, and I just remember his first dab on it. I mean, he went completely white, started to bead, held his breath for like 3 seconds, and then came up for air. And I looked at Josie and I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep that one. And that's how Glucci was. We're like, yeah. But now that's it's awesome. Like you say, you look at Instagram and it's like, oh, look at the node, look at this, look at that. Oh, looks pretty. There's no scratch and sniff. There's no, take a quick hit and see what the effects are.
Well, and it's also, I think when you make hash, you kind of figure it out too, that they're like, everything that glitters is not necessarily gold, right? So it's like, you're like, oh, look at this bud, it looks amazing. But then when you actually do an extraction with it, you're like, it's all wax. There's fucking no terps it's zero. It's like dry and weird. And you're like, okay, now I see what the fuck's going on. Like, it's just all visuals, we kind of already knew that from back in the Pretendica days. There was always that, like, in the white's a great strain that looked great. You know what I mean? When you grew it, you were like, this is going to be fucking great. And then you smoke it and you're like, that doesn't have nothing. Again, those are like probably the original cardboard terps, right? Were probably the white, I'd say, like one of the original somehow got through. People keep growing it because it looks so amazing, but that sucks. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Instagram has done to a lot of, especially when people buy clones based off of what they see.
You're talking about the white from Swamp Boys.
Yeah. They use it. They use it, but it's chrome. It's chrome. Chrome's white. Yeah, it was chrome's originally, but it was a great
that bad boy around for breeding. Yeah,
it's a great breeder.
That's actually ironic. That's what we're bringing into Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
No, and I had it recently. I had it recently with other things, other crosses too. And it's like, it's fucking still around, dude. It managed to hang in there. It's like a hot chick that is totally brainless. You know what I mean? You got nothing. You got nothing there. You're like, wow, she's still making rounds. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, can't talk to her. Dave, stop shaking your head.
That's for sure, though.
But everyone's using her as a breeder. My God, she's amazing. Yeah, so there you go. Oh my God, we've taken it down 3 pegs since Dave left.
It's okay. I'm shaking my head because I completely agree with you.
Okay.
Where'd the puppy go?
No, I agree with you. That's what you're looking for in a male, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You accentuate those features.
So I don't know. Right now, my phone is dead over here. So if Brett is listening from Heart and Soil, that was the one guy who was on before. I was like, who the hell am I forgetting? There's somebody in this mix.
Oh, I'll text him.
But Brent is going to be doing a drop with Seeds Here Now, his first drop. So
nice.
Yeah, I think he's got like 20 strains coming on board. He did some collabs with me. Well, not with me. He just used some of my genetics. He forced a collab on me, and so then I returned the favor by linking him up with James, because I figured it's time to get his stuff in there, because he's been doing really good work. Like, if you've been seeing his stuff online, it's like he has that Peruvian punch, which is his own sort of line that he developed, which is nice to see, because it's, again, like, obviously he crosses it with a lot of well-known things. And he always moves. He's like the kind of guy who always moves forward, never does the same thing twice. Is just kind of like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm never remaking these, which is a honorable thing in one way because it's a totally fucking easy angle, man. I'm like, dude, I wish I could. I can't. I've never done it like that. I've always been like, I got to keep this shit around forever. Like it's completely the opposite. That I'm trying to figure out how to, like you are, Kat, where it's like you can't be like, sorry, we don't do glue anymore. We've moved on to totally different stuff because everyone's gonna be like, but I want the glue. That's like, once you create a legend, you have to keep it rolling. That is
right. Everyone always says that when we look at our menu and they're like, well, why is everything indica? Well, why do you think it's not? Like, does it look like I've ever, brought into this, the sativa, even though back in the day, Leafly used to always say that we were 64% sativa, but once you got your nose, you stay with your nose.
Who said that?
I think it's much more like 63%.
Yeah.
63.
Yeah. Back in the day when everything started to go online, GG or Gorilla Glue was considered sativa.
We have this, Mark. I'll send you the photo. So we have that.
Pillow.
The pillow. Yeah, the pillow. We have the pillow photo.
Remember that sour diesel? They put sour diesel as a sativa, which it is a hybrid. I mean, it's definitely like kind of it's thinner leaved for sure compared to some other ones. But in general, it's like Leafly is not known for its. Having things in checks very much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It always gave me I hate to say it. It always kind of gave me an anxious effect.
Which one?
It gives you that heart rate.
Sour diesel.
Oh, just plain sour, straight sour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're worried someone's going to come take it. They're going to take my. Like fuck,
that's funny.
Coming by.
That's like a comedian who's been using the same line for 25 years, and it's still.
And if anybody knows it, it's Dave.
Right there, baby.
That's the guy right there. 25, maybe 30 years. He uses most of those.
It's just ripe. Then you keep using it another 5 years. It's just ripening. I sent Mark the photo of Meg and I. Yeah, I didn't trust any of those fucking magazines or any of the testing. I wasn't paying attention to who said it. I agree with however it makes you feel. If it makes you feel racy, then you're gonna just call it a sativa. I don't care if it came from the mountains in Afghanistan somewhere. If it puts you to sleep and it happens to be something related to Dr. Greenspoon, okay, I'm going to call it an indica. I'm probably going to be wrong both times, but I don't, that's just by common nomenclature. I think everything's just going to be about the terpenes. As soon as we have better testing and you just drop it into like, beepity boop boop and it tells you what it is. And then we'll know, right? And then
because then it will be so corporified. Whoever paid for the results to get their shit up there higher so that it pops up more often. This is going to be, it's so hard. It is such a rabbit hole that I don't see that ever happening where you take a bud, put it on, you're going to know what it is. Just not, we're too.
No. I'm not saying you know what it is. Yeah. I'm saying what it's made of. Right? It'll tell you it's this percentage of this terpene and that terpene. And
unless it's sprinkled in teeth.
Yeah, terpenes,
unless it's run by
but strains not. Exactly.
But I will say there is a company actually doing that work right now for the pharma side in the U.S. where they're using laser spectrometry in the grow during flowering to identify max extraction potential for the terpene profiles and the cannabinoids. So that tech it's being developed, and I mean that's unfortunately the way it's going for some entities within the U.S. Right? It's an interesting technology, and there's a value to it, but I think it's going to take a lot of the culture even more out of what we all like to do and what we appreciate about the plant.
I know everybody says that this might be a threat to artisan growing, but look at the state of the beer industry right now. The best artisan brewers are now. right now.
There's guys putting Skittles in beer now, so that's, I don't know if it's the height of it right now. I think it might be the lowest point possible. We may have hit a really like the bottom level of beer making. I think.
Bumping the road, Adam. Bumping the road. You know, they're just going for click. It's clickbait.
Skittle beer is not like upper echelons. You know what I mean? It's not the champagne of beers, in my opinion. But then again, what do I know? I don't drink anymore, so maybe it is. Maybe that's what kids need.
People will be using AI terpene profiles pretty soon. But you know, it can give the good growers, the ones that know, I guess it can give them a leap up, a little help when they're trying to find these specific profiles.
It gives you the ability to grow larger numbers quicker and get through things and like hone in on the stuff that might be more interesting. I think that's cool. You know, I think the main reason I don't like a lot of these things is because I don't have access to them. Like if I had access to them, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't know why you guys don't all do this, because I'm just testing everything now. And I'm just, but I've never been able to afford testing on a scale that makes sense, because I do one set of tests and I'm like, damn, that was expensive. And then it's like, all right, I'm good for a while. You know what I mean? Like I'm not running back to be like, let me do a double check, double. Like all of a sudden you're spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And unless you're getting paid or someone's paying for that it's sort of like stacks up really fast. And you're like, but I have 100 fucking things I'm doing. Like what if I want to multiply that by 100? No fucking way I can do that. You know what I mean? So you start to look at it like costs. Is it cost effective? What's your goal? And if you have an ultimate goal that makes sense and you can save, you know, years of time, of course it's worth it. You know, it's always worth it. But.
Welcome to the legal regulated cannabis industry. Test again. And when you get the bill, guess what you have to do? Test again. Okay.
The worst part is that it'll be tested and then it'll be taken to the next place, tested again. And if you put those two tests next together, they're not going to match. So I guarantee you, there's like no way there's no way. And no one does any kind of double back test on anything like that. It's just, they just want to get more money out of you. So then that guy has to get that batch tested each time he sends it to the next person. You know what I mean? It's like, it gets outrageous. So I think at the end of the day, from a grower's point of view, yes, if you have a great in-house testing ability, that's fucking awesome. And if you have a PCR in your place and you have all these, you know, fucking go for it. But it's,
do you remember,
so out of
Adam,
my league.
We had this conversation a long time ago, like 2016, 2017, going, now that more states are coming on, there'll be more testing, and testing prices will come way down because there'll be so many people getting into it. They'll regulate it. They'll come up with SOPs and, you know, so everybody does the same thing. It's been completely the opposite. It's been a fucking money cash grab by these labs because they were like legislatively thrown into a position of financial power, and you didn't have to elect them. You didn't have to do anything. Just the morons that make the rules. You're muted, Andy. Are the ones that just sit there and they don't care. They're not on the side of the grower. They're in business, right? It's just business. I'm going to test.
The worst part was that you either had people who cared too much about weed and were dirty in the sense that they were just like there for themselves more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, this is good. Let me talk to you back. Hey, let me talk to you after. Or they were the opposite. They didn't give a fuck and they just wanted to make money. So they were like, give me more money and I will give you better numbers. You know what I mean? There was like these two different kind of camps that were coming out. And then occasionally you had the really honest one who gave you, but the problem is those people gave you numbers that were too low usually. And then everybody didn't like them because they'd be like, yeah, your weed's about 18%. They'd be like, hey, dude, that guy told me 30. And it's like, yeah, because that guy, he wants your money. You know, he's trying to get your money. I'm telling you the truth. And you don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? So that's a problem. Like,
well, think about that for a second. If you systematically, if you systematically change the data as a lab person, isn't it the same thing with you being a dispensary owner and ignoring the 18 and 17 and 15-year-olds that come in, just looking at their driver's license going, I see 21, go ahead and shop. They'd put that fucking owner in jail. Why didn't they do this to the lab people?
You know that exists in Michigan, right? That there is a known spot that literally the retail outlets will not buy from because they know that, they'll give them what, and it's ran by an ex-Michigan State Police guy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Surprise.
No way.
Yeah.
I would never imagine.
Surprise. Right?
I'd say
hey, Brett, welcome to the show down there.
Hey, Brett, what's going on, my friend?
How's it
going? Good.
Well,
Good. Congrats.
How was it
drop.
with the caregiver with the Michigan though, Jake? Did you guys get a test for free? Because I know in Nevada, back with Ross and Dawn, anything that we brought up, we could test for free with our caregiver.
No. Nobody's testing for free.
That in 2015 through 2018, we could test anything for free. It was basically you just call them up and say we're a caregiver, and they would test it. That was nice.
Places will still do it, like a lot of shops, and I know Colorado and stuff won't test caregiver weed, right? But places in Michigan will still do it for $50, but it's not going to be like the full metric test. It's not going to be the
Jake, they can't test in Colorado. They are prohibited from testing anybody who is not licensed in Colorado. That's how fucked it is.
It's fucked up, man. The whole thing is fucked up. It's a cash game everywhere, and the testing facility is like the hub of it all, the evil. I mean, that's the place where they get you, right? I mean,
well, it's no different than
chocolate
any other
bars.
industry.
Like you're doing chocolate bars. Like you want to just talk about edibles? I mean, it's $500 just to have a test for them, and they take 100 bars and they only need to test like one. I mean,
are people actually paying them now in Michigan though? Because back when I was in there, nobody ever paid the test people.
Oh well, I mean, you got to pay.
How can they take 100 bars? How can they take 100 bars when they're only taking like 1/10 of a gram for a sample or something? Dude, how much do they really?
They want to make sure that everyone is.
Do they take one? They take a little taste off of 100 bars, and then they do a test like that, or they do 100 tests. Or they mix them all together. Or they mix them all together.
Adam, I'd like to take. I want to suck you dry for 500. That's the lab that you just answered their fucking Jeopardy question. Of course they are.
Right. Yeah, they're going to take a percentage of
your batch,
right? So if your batch is 6,000, they've got to take a couple hundred, right? Because it's 2% or whatever, right? I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's super expensive and it's fun.
And then they have this crazy party where they have a big plate full of candies with one little piece broken off the corner of every one of them. They're like, yeah, grab whatever you want. It's a party.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean,
because they're not throwing that away.
To make edibles with distillate, right? Like, I mean, every batch I get, and 80% of the batches that I get for my distillate are tested by that one facility that is ran by the cops. So we always know that number is going to be fucked up, right? So we always test our distillate before we make it again. So we test it again to know what it really is, right? By the place. And then they get it. And then if we do our numbers and our numbers are off and the testing facility, told us what it is, we're like, dude, you told us what it is. Look at our numbers. Fuck you. Like, tell me why it's wrong, right? You can't, so you don't blame, it wasn't really 88%. It was, well, you told me it was 88%, so, I mean, that's even more there. That's another $600 on top of it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting 1,000 cuts there, you know what I mean? It's the death by 1,000 paper cuts, literally.
It's ridiculous. So we don't even want to go into some of the things that we've had. I've had to destroy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product for failed tests that were wrong. Like, I mean, I don't know if you want me to tell you the story, but I have a story with a lab that tested like my bars a couple of years for E. coli and salmonella, and they came back and said that there was E. coli in the chocolate bars, and I was like, wait. I don't use, dairy products in these. How could there be salmonella and E. coli in there? And they were mad. They told the state told us that 8,000 bars had to be destroyed. And for like a month, I was trying to figure out how am I getting salmonella and E. coli on this shit? This is going to fuck everything up, right? So we went to Meijer's or the store, bought 6 chocolate bars, went to the same lab, tested 6 chocolate bars, and all 6 chocolate bars came back with E. coli and salmonella on it. So I actually had to go
contaminated
to them.
equipment.
Yeah, and I told them, no, they're testing whatever it's called.
Too high. Their threshold was wrong.
Yeah,
they had it super amped
exactly.
up.
And they were testing. When I called Hershey's, they said they were testing so strictly that they were testing the E. coli from the dead cacao, because they got to cook them before the beans, so they were testing the E. coli that might have been in the beans before they cooked them somehow. And I was like, okay. So I called the state, right, and they changed their regulation. They actually changed it. Then a day after I had to destroy my bars, which they still made me destroy my bars, the day after I destroyed my bars, which was a lot of money, 8,000 bars, man, that's times whatever, $5 a bar. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And then I called them up and I was like, can you guys make a post in the CRA post and say, to everybody, hey, because Jake's, changed the thing. And they said, well, no. And then they go, but I'm coming in next week to check your facility and make sure everything's good. And so they came in, and in the back corner, they found this old box in Michigan. You had to say made in a marijuana facility if it was medical, and it had to say made in a marijuana establishment if it was recreational. And somehow they were flip-flopped, and it wasn't even on mine. It was like on the gummy side. $40,000 fine.
Jake, you make me not miss Michigan.
That'll make you ever try to speak up and try to solve a problem.
Yeah,
exactly.
Take that.
Right.
We had the same thing with our brownies, and we had to sit in the back with like 20,000 bags of brownies at Noble, and we were sat there with cat litter, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, sorry, we were wrong about your testing." I'm like, I've spent a whole day in the back of the street in freaking Lansing, Michigan, cat litter brownies, and they were incorrect, but we don't get our money back. We were, the CRA put a post out about how we're shitty, and I don't miss that, Jake, at all. But that's coming to Minnesota now. But man, I forgot about how bad it is.
Well, look, the alcohol industry is really fucked up, and they've been around for 120 years. So
but they don't test like we do.
Maybe of course they don't, because look when it got started. It got started, and then we went to prohibition, and then it came back again. No one's testing anything. You just wanted to keep people from dying, right? And they do test, right? Because there was really bad alcohol out there, right? We heard the stories. I'm a child of the 70s. They would, always tell you, oh, if somebody offers you a drink, you have to look at the bottom, see if they drilled a hole out of it. You don't want to go blind to something. So there was always still a stigma in the alcohol industry, but they've been around a long fucking time. They're still fucked up. Look where we are. We're in the early innings of spring training, trying to figure this shit out, and they're making you throw product away. It's just that. It's crazy.
Could you imagine if they tested our food, though? I mean, could you imagine if the same stringent results, or even the beer, or the wine, or anything with the same heavy metal, have to do pesticide, fungicide? I was just talking about it the other day with a buddy where I was over at his house and he had some PM weed in the corner, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I've been smoking this shit, man. It's actually pretty good, And I'm like, and he goes, "Yeah, but remember when we used to smoke the brickweed? Could you imagine if you asked your brickweed dealer if there was PM on that?"
If there was cow shit on it, if there was salmonella for the chicken shit.
Seeds, you were cracking up the seeds on your tray, trying to leave it to fall down and roll down the thing. I was like, man, there's Parquat on that. There's DDT.
Oh, yeah, we used to get mold. We used to get little bits of mold in the hash and weed and all sorts of stuff, and just brushed it aside. And I can remember getting Mexican weed that was definitely full of fucking mildew for sure, like 100%. It was just like you kind of worked your way around it.
Well, when you were talking about testing food, Jake, our friends over at Incredibles, they've been doing this, since the beginning. They were pioneers in chocolate bars. So Rick and Bob used to say we could go down to the King Soopers, the Albertsons, or whatever your grocery store is. We can buy regular produce and give it to the cannabis testing lab, and it will all fail like 200 times with the shit they're testing for. And it's just it shows the immaturity of our industry that legislation and testing aren't in sync with each other. They have no idea what they're doing. One side just wants something and thinks the other side can create it, and it's just not that way. You need real scientists to lead that discussion, right? They should be the ones setting the parameters, but they're not. And certainly don't ask somebody in the industry. What the hell do they know? Don't ask a grower.
I mean, overall,
insightful.
Yeah, but overall, I'd say that the industry has matured a lot, because we have been given like a lot of roadblocks when it comes to growing and pesticide use, and really getting harder and harder. Like I just came back from Massachusetts. I was out at Happy Valley out there, and they have stricter rules than Oregon. And Oregon was always kind of considered pretty much the toughest one, and they're getting even more strict. Like they have almost hardly any products that the product has to say on it that it's made for marijuana. What product says that? Nothing. Barely anything out there says that. You know what I mean? Like there are very few products, even the ones that have been used for it forever. You know what I mean? Like you don't see on Bud Swell even the word. You know what I mean? Like even on products like that are like hand drawn, fucking by stoners. You might as well have a wizard on there or something. You know what I mean? It's super, but it doesn't say this is for weed or American. Very, very few people labeled it that way, unless you're Big Mike or somebody and you're trying to make like Cushy Kush or some bullshit, But there was very few actual cannabis products out there, that I've seen, at least over the years. What's going on, Brett? We're sorry we left you hanging. We're just...
No, but can you guys hear me and see me? It's my first time on here, and I'm not sure if I'm doing.
Well, you got a beard, and you're wearing a red shirt, so that's you.
And you can hear me, so we're good.
You look just like our other buddy here. So we don't know. We can't tell who's who anymore. It's
if you turn your phone sideways, we'll see more of you.
The hat on, we would really get confused. That would be it. Right. So, any new lambs? Any new lambs?
No, I could have sworn that our last one was going to give birth today, but she's just holding out. So, yeah, we got two lambs on that they're about 4 to 5 days old, and another that's probably going to give birth any day now. So,
and they're black. You got black ones too. You got black ones too, right?
They come out black. They're Hampshire Suffolk, so they come out black, and then they get they're black with like black faces, black arms, and they have like the white fur that grows.
Oh yeah,
where do you live?
We're in Parker, Colorado. So like we're kind of on the edge of civilization. Just like we're near a Starbucks, but then we have like 4 acres and a bunch of animals.
Well, I was just seeing if I could come get me a lamb.
If you'd like to, we can definitely discuss that. We have 2 boys. We won't be needing both of them. So
okay,
you're definitely
I'll be right
her
there.
Love language now. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, when I saw that dog over there, I'm like, right now I want a donkey and I want a lamb and.
I know. I want all the animals too. We got pigs, we got goats, we got sheep, we got chickens, we got all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, we have like 13 goats that are probably going to give birth here in the next month.
13 goats.
Okay, so I'll wait a month. I'll come back with a couple goats and a lamb.
Yeah. So all fun stuff here. Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like you're just.
That's what Josie and I used to always say. We hate people. We like plants and animals.
That's kind of how I am. It's like, I tolerate people and people tolerate me, but I really vibe with plants and animals. But yeah, that's it's a new endeavor. We've been doing the animal thing for about like 13 months now. Like just kind of getting into where they're starting to reproduce, and that's like. That's the responsibility part, right?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
Did you really say you have 13 pregnant goats at once?
Yeah, they're probably the most, like at least 10 of them are pregnant. At least 10 of them are pregnant.
Oh my God, dude, that is nuts.
Just make sure you save the one boy who did his job.
That's kind of out of control. You have what do you have? Like some orgy going on? At the
end of the day, you have one lucky boy. You just have one lucky guy going around for like a week, and just when everyone's
he's like a turkey.
He's nailing it, dude.
Yeah, same thing with the pigs. Same situation. Just are you
catching him? Are you catching the pigs in the act or what?
The reproduction. Get off! Nature does its thing, but so it's.
We haven't even hit spring yet, dude. What's going to happen in spring?
That's
some
when they
being
give
born
birth.
and some dying around here. Sorry, what's that?
Brett, turn your phone
banged.
sideways.
Oh yeah,
Turn my
spring is
phone
already
sideways.
they're already banged up. Oh, there you go. Now we can see full. So now Kat wants to see all these animals. She wants full
I
tour.
do. Thank you.
Well, yeah, we'll have to do it. It's getting dark out there, so I don't know if anybody's. Let's see. Yeah,
I think you
I
can
don't
still
know.
get some.
I threw a bunch of jalapenos. I went to the farmers or the food bank today, and they usually have a bunch of bread and stuff. But today they just had like 100 pounds, 200 pounds of jalapenos. So they're going to be eating jalapenos for the next day or two. So it's be interesting.
Spicy buttholes.
Exactly.
Spicy buttholes.
Spicy pork. Spicy pork.
Oh, you're marinating.
We did that
them.
to Adam once, by the way, just so you know, Brett. We gave Adam like 14 jalapenos just to see what would happen.
Oh yeah.
Didn't go
What
well.
happened?
It was bad.
No.
It was spicy. Spicy in, spicy out.
It was very spicy. Very spicy. So are you bringing these to slaughter too? You're eating these things and going for the full deal, or you're just going to keep on getting more? You're like a hoarder.
No,
a goat hoarder. Goat hoarder.
It's definitely a food project, and we've harvested 2 goats and 1 sheep so far.
Okay.
So the sheep was, the 2 goats were planned. The sheep was unplanned. It actually, it died right after childbirth. It gave birth to stillborns that I had to pull. So that was always that was my first experience with lambs. Was that So and then we
this
went
is the
down
beginning of a movie.
Yeah, and the next day,
this is like a cowboy country song.
Within an hour of us seeing her. So me and my buddy just went right to it. Didn't want her to go to waste, and she's in the freezer, vacuum sealed in pieces. Either going to go to us or the livestock guardian dogs. We don't let anything go to waste around here. So, but yeah, it's kind of like
that's part of it. That's part of having animals, though, right? You really got
having animals, and it's like
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, learning how to do all
hamsters,
that stuff.
Starts with the hamsters and it ends with the sheep and horses.
Exactly.
This is the part of the show where we go over the Adam's diet. So he'll only eat an animal that can't scream ow. If it can if it can make a noise when you're killing it, he won't eat it. So that's why
that's my protocol.
It depends on what it just depends on how.
So what do you eat that's meat?
He don't eat the meat. He don't eat no meat.
No meat.
I never eat. I listen. I got like a fish, and I'm like, "Come on, you got something? You got something to say?" Nothing. All right.
They do.
It's over.
They make noise.
A lobster will squeal.
No, that's not real.
Oh,
tell us about
real.
That, yes. So actually, I was just telling Stefan the other day when my dad was in the military. He was based in Okinawa. And he'd always come back with this live lobster. And I was always excited because I love animals. And I thought, I got little live, lobsters. And then one day I hear this. And I was like, what is that? And my mom's like, it's the lobster. And it was screaming bloody murder. Like, don't kill me and don't eat me. And I've
heard the noise too, but it's not officially. It's not they don't have vocal cords. It's not really.
You
screaming.
hypocrite!
It's just the pressure.
Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that.
That's a borderline
it's just
rule.
the torturous. It's the torturous burning flames of.
Okay, so the torture sounds okay, but actual vocals aren't.
It's got a vocal cords.
I don't mind the torture. It's just I don't want to hear about
it. I only eat humans, so you got to be specific.
Actually, you know what's funny is who I think who even gave me this idea was Dave Watson. Dave Watson said that one time, and I was like, I like where you're coming from, my friend. He's like, yeah, I won't eat anything that screams. And I'm like, I'm with you.
No. Wait, but you just said you won't eat anything until it screams, until it does, and then I eat it.
No, I didn't
yes, because
a
lobster screams, and you just sort of just threw it out there. You're like, nope, it's not a scream, it's a squeal. And if it's a squeal, it's not a scream. And I'm okay.
It's the shells. It's the shells.
It's not the
shells. Team Cat.
They don't scream.
Cat. So let's get Adam to stop eating more food. Cat. What else makes a noise?
Okay.
Carrots.
How about shrimp? Does shrimp make a noise?
Well,
hey, I know that if we hook up the any plant to your little gizmo up there, Jake, I'm sure they're screaming like a mofo when you're chopping them up.
That's
but
the
you
thing,
know,
man.
I just can't quite get in there unless I'm on the right drugs. If I'm on the right drugs, I can talk to anyone.
We're not on the right.
They're singing a song.
no.
They're singing the death song, the Viking death song.
That's right. You're like dun dun dun.
So wait a minute. You could eat a person if they were mute?
Yes.
100%. Okay. We see how it is. All right. Good. I see boundaries.
No, they would have to be. That's the whole point. It wouldn't be just if. It would have to be.
No, but I hear mute meat is kind of gamey.
Mute meat is pretty. No, I think it's all right.
It's tender.
So, how many acres you sitting on, Brett? With all
we're on a small pizza shaped 4 acre.
You're like on a quarter acre with 57 llamas and
we
26 goats.
We have 4 acres. So, but like it kind of goes like this. Like our house is at the point, and then like it kind of goes out. So like we have a lot of land at the back and at the bottom. You know, there's plenty of space, and then a bunch of
nice.
Like, you know, shelters that were already built.
I was going to say you got a lot of shade and stuff too, because it must get brutal.
Yeah, and like
too.
You know, like a loafing shed and like a barn and like little.
And you got lots of compost, obviously, right? So
nonstop,
nonstop poop.
When do the pigs get slaughtered?
So it just depends on the age. Like the goals of like certain ones are like we have two. We have breeding males and breeding females for 2 different breeds, Meishan and Mangalitsa's.
Which makes the best bake?
I was going to say, what can you tell the difference when you eat it?
Yeah, so like traditional pigs, like in the like the slaughterhouse that you see, like they live like 6 months and they're getting killed. These are like 18 months is like usually like how long they take to slaughter. A little bit longer, a little bit more like a land race variety. Some the Meishans are like a
18 months does not sound like enough of a life.
They're like a red
long, beautiful life.
How long do the fish live?
They grabbed the hook.
Weed.
They grabbed the hook.
It's just like weed. There's so many different varieties of pigs, like you wouldn't believe.
I'm with you, Brett. I'm coming to visit. I have a shirt of a baby pig that says, I turn vegetables into bacon. What's your superpower?
Exactly. And then we have we have potbelly pigs. We have a few other varieties that are like, just like ready for, whatever you kind of need them for. But yeah, like it just depends on when and where and how. Like the next one that we have that's on the docket is like a 9-month-old Meishan. We're going to let him go until the end of the summer probably. So, we try not to harvest everything at once. Like if you harvest everything at once.
Well, if there's any of them that aren't well enough to eat, then just send them my way. I'm going to do an animal sanctuary.
Oh yeah, we don't.
They won't scream, and we're not going to kill them.
If you want to buy a pig or donate to the cause, we're happy to do that. No, but everything else everything's food on our homestead. Like we don't really have any pets,
awesome.
Except for the two livestock guardian dogs. I mean, we treat everything right. We give them pets and give them good food until the day, the last day, but yeah, we're not
until the last day. And then you pull out the GIMP mask and you're like, oh, it's time to get crazy.
The last one that was done wasn't by me. It was a guy who came out with a kill trailer and did like some crazy slaughter ritual.
They just kind of go in with one end and
they look at it going in. They're like this. They see that and they go right down.
They should have it like a carnival ride.
Separate them. While they're eating, they're happy.
It's got a mirror in it and shit.
So to summarize, here's what we've learned. Adam is now going to get testing to make sure every fish he eats is older than 18 months because 18 months he's got an issue with. If it's not a life.
No, and pigs are bigger than a little baby. A little baby.
Then you know what?
Well, that's the thing is like they're just like these giant they just like the chickens that we breed. They're like they just get so big so quickly, and then you slaughter them. Whereas, like you let like typical land race things go a little longer. They have a little bit more flavor, a little bit more fat. There's more to them. But like, that's kind of what we're working towards, is like a little bit more of a niche variety of pig that people are raising for like themselves rather than like production.
Yeah, Adam. Hey, if pigs are older than we are, they should have learned how to invent the wheel, and then we wouldn't have a problem. They'd be eating us. But it's the other way around right now.
I bet my husband wants chickens that he can eat, but not me.
Pigs are really smart.
My chickens are like the Polish
They got that
ones.
look. They got that that look. Like, what? You're gonna what? You're like, hey.
Stefan can't believe he actually joined. He was the first one to join too. He's been on for like 2 hours.
He said, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna get my story out, and everyone's gonna know about me.
Right.
And then it just went off the rails, and now he's like, fuck it.
He's the mute we were talking about.
He's known me for a long time. He knows that nothing ever goes as planned.
I know the drill around here. I know how it goes.
When we have 5 or 6 guests, I'm like, it's over. It's like, I just throw my hands up. I'm just like, we're gonna do what we do, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna be.
You know what? I'm gonna just tell you, the way this was set up today triggered me so bad. I thought we were back during the plague time. This is how it used to be. I'm like, I was shaking. I'm like, fuck, holy shit. This is how it was. They fucking locked us away, scared the fuck out of us.
And everybody goes, you go, no, 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 you go. I was like, oh my God.
Raise your hand.
Push the raise hand button.
Yeah, push the raise hand button.
Wait, so just to confirm, Stefan, can you speak, just say something out loud for us?
You were gone while I was talking, man. That's not my fault.
Good.
Yeah, right. Dave, you left.
Totally missed it. The dog had to go.
And dancing. He was doing all sorts of good shit.
How old is your dog?
18 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
That's too old. That's too old. Kill her. She's ready to go.
She's screaming.
Weeks.
Diet the dog.
You bring her back.
Oh, shit. I thought it was
She's sleeping.
It was a chicken. I was like, that's it. It's over.
I walk her almost 5 miles a day.
Right here for my cat. My cat goes here, and then I've got like dog toys over here. Yeah. Just bring.
So when I quit eating meat years ago in Holland, one of the reasons I did was because they have a thing there called plufkip, right? And plufkip. So you go down to the market and you're like, oh look, you have corn fed, which is the most expensive. Then you have kind of regular chicken breast. And then you had this plufkip, which is like half the price of regular. And I was like, what is that plufkip? And the guy goes, oh, yes, it's, the sound that the heart makes when it explodes. So it goes ploof. He goes, yeah, ploof. It goes ploof, ploof. There goes the heart, ploof. And then they go and they harvest after they have a heart attack. Basically, they just walk around and look for heart attack chickens, and then they pick them up and throw them into the thing. And I'm like, then that gets sold as plufkip because it's it already it's like pop. It kind of
the meat is a little bit more firm because they're like got a little bit more adrenaline at the
Yeah, exactly. It got fucked. Like it didn't get taken out.
Hey, yeah,
super shady. So I was like, I know. I was a little bit like, yeah, it kind of doesn't make me feel. But plus, I mean, the good part about it over there was that they left a lot of like feathers and shit too. So you were like, you got like the head and the clean body with a couple feathers, and it was like, here, take that, and you're like, okay, thanks. You know what I mean? It was like, that's kind of rough. Like I'm not really used to that. So, and I had like a really shitty knife, and I was doing one of those like rubber, trying to cut up that thing. I was like, not gonna work. Go buy a new knife.
Oh man.
Well, I haven't ate meat, Adam, since that lobster screamed. So.
Oh yeah, that was the one that got you.
Yeah.
Reverse. Yep, I just had a lobster like a week ago, man. I beat up a lobster
Mark
and I was slapping around
in the studio.
Mahis. Who?
Is Mark in the studio? Maybe he can find the sound of a lobster screaming. We can play for you, Adam.
Oh no!
So you just listen again and again and again and again.
Do it. Put it on loop. We'll do it like we'll do it like Clockwork Orange. And I'll just.
This is. I'm thinking. I was hoping I would see him in the chat. I don't see Rosendogs there at all. But he used to tell. Remember when we went to his house. We did a fundraiser for him, and he's like, I got to tell you guys. You're my favorite cannabis podcast, and you rarely talk about cannabis.
We're the best.
Yes,
hey, we're the best.
Great at
we're
that.
The best. We talk about chickens and what were we talking about? Heart attack chickens. We did heart attack chickens.
Animals.
We started off okay. We had the autoflower guy on. It was lively.
He kept
we
us
were
in
talking
check.
about
He kept us in check.
Right.
And then we all just lost it. We lost it.
And then Kat's like, "Where's the puppy?" And that was the end of it. We're out. It's off. It's totally.
I know.
Well, you told me to come on at 6, and then I texted you.
I have the tendency to do that.
But but my phone is dead, and I'm sitting here without a charger.
And I'm like, where's the link?
So
where's the link? Luckily, Mr. James Bean got me the link.
Oh,
I texted it to you twice.
No. Dave said he texted it.
I texted it to you twice.
I don't know if you got the right number.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it was. Looks like I texted it to your email address.
What happened to Miles? I thought Miles was going to be in the studio today. What's going on?
Your business card came up. You know,
he left because the show started late.
I broke my.
He left.
Yeah. Isn't Miles supposed to be in the studio?
He was.
I heard.
Andy, we had a bet going. It was under or over 2.5 hours before you figured out your auto rotate was not on, because your phone has been sideways for the past 2 hours. You kept turning it back. It was the funniest thing in the world to watch you. You're gonna see the replay. You're gonna go like, I am so fucking old.
No,
it's not. It's not.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, you might have to move to Florida by law.
You know, if I'm in the garden, I'm good. But on this shit, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I'm the same way. Don't let him.
He was texting me asking, "How do I do this?"
Hey, listen. I talk the most shit of everybody, so everyone can talk shit to me all day.
Okay, well there you go.
By the way,
if we want to get
back onto cannabis talk, hey, guess what, Adam? I got a picture this morning, and the gravity has legs.
Oh, let there be light, I guess. That's awesome. So you got some.
The return is imminent.
Okay, so background on the gravity again, because it was a Neville cut, right? It's a Neville's work.
So when I was over there getting the seeds from Neville, you know, back in 97, 98, back when we were cutting for the Secret Cup and that, I was asking about M10, because remember M10 was the original Afghan one, and I got it in Santa Cruz in 93, and it blew my fucking head off, and I've been looking for it ever since. And so and then finally dude's like, this is the one we got, and it was Northern Lights 1 by Hash Plant was the mom. He said that was the strongest indica he had smoked to that day, and I guess that's a good rating from Neville. And then he said the mother was the G13 by Northern Lights 2 they had made. So it's a 4-way indica of, you know, ancient proportions. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I grew it for 20-some years, and then we lost it like 6 different times, and now one of the old growers of us somehow magically kept it alive. So it's on again.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
It's like back from the dead.
Dude, it's somebody. This is a 26-year-old plant right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's exciting, man. Minnesota's gonna blow up in a hurry. We got a couple of all-stars up here. And then I'm here too, of course. But we got a couple of good fucking quality people and a good network. So it's gonna be fun up here over the next few years, man. I know it's cold in the winter, so you softies can stay away. But if you're bold, come up anytime. We'll do that thing.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, you're gonna go ice fishing?
It's okay.
Fishing, or what are you doing? What are you guys doing? What's going on here?
Hold on. Just let him define when winter begins in what? February and ends in January.
June or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
It starts in October.
Listen, it was
it's always
almost
like
70 today.
Right, but yesterday it was like -5.
Yeah.
Minnesota is Mother Nature without her Prozac. She is off her rocker at all times. Like, it gets cold. End of September, everything starts changing. By Halloween is when we have our first snowfall. And then around June, it will get a little warm. July will be nice. August is nice, and that's it.
Yeah, so you get 2 months.
Beautiful here.
So your winter is 10 months long.
We're just getting hard.
So like when my husband and I pay for our slip for our boat.
Of fucking greenhouse, and we'll be good. Is that too much to ask?
Just 100 acres. That should be fine. That's it. It's not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
100 acres, right?
Yeah, it's doable.
Perfect. Well, because then that way I can get each strain in there. Everybody gets their own greenhouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the breeder arguing
focused.
if you've got like one breeder in every greenhouse? That would just be
great.
Oh, you know,
boxing.
Adam,
Just put a boxing ring. You put a boxing ring. You put them all in a circle, and you put a boxing ring in the middle, and you just let everyone go.
Hey, listen, I spent 2 years in Mexico. I can handle the problems.
Yes, sir.
But that's, I mean, the weather here is really like driven the breeding for the last 6 years, right? Like, how do we create genetics that are photo period full term finishers in sub 50 days and still pack on yield and still have profiles of value? And, you know, there's definitely some bangers around here that have been bred for that climate. So
I had a super skunk that finished on the 17th back in the day, back in the 90s, but I haven't seen it in 30 years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think more realistically to grow the highest of the high end is the depot through June, July, and August, because then you can do all the hazes and stuff here. And this sun, there's something about this sun. I tell people all the time, I've grown in a lot of places outdoors, and some of the best weed I've ever grown is here, but not in greenhouses, but just outdoors. But it's just there's something about it, you know. There's a vibe and energy to the plants.
You grew in Mexico for years. You're telling me the sun in Mexico is not a billion times better than fucking Canada?
Yeah, the sun, but that's not the whole thing. It's just about the whole environment itself. It's not just the sun. It's not just, it's the air and the water, the quality of water we have up here. We have the cleanest water in the world up here. We got 13,000 lakes to choose from.
Tell them,
you know what I mean? But yes, Mexico is fun to grow in. Don't get me wrong. Like I grew some bomb shit there too. You know. That was
fun. For anyone who doesn't know, Andy's batshit crazy. He's grown in places that not only should you not visit, you're not supposed to talk about it. If you talk about it, they come fucking cut your throat. That's
hey, listen, I'd argue if I could, but you're right. That's all right. That was a long time ago, at least longer than stats anyway.
But it's good
so
to
what
see
are we going to see from Heart and Soil Seeds soon?
Oh yeah, give us an idea on the drop, because we're going to go into
so
shout-outs.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
No, we're early.
You, Adam, for helping make it happen. And
I know,
your seeds. You know, you and I met about 2 years ago at the SLV Seed Exchange, and we exchanged some seeds. You know, and I was along my skunk hunt at the time, and I popped some of your Zeta Sage 82 skunk.
Don't say those together really quickly, because you might fuck up. You know.
What's that?
Your skunk hunt. Your skunk hunt. Got to keep those words separate.
Oh,
skunk hunt.
Just
skunk hunt.
Yeah. Say it really fast. Say it 10 times really fast.
Skunk hunt.
Never. You just can't get it off your mind. I understand. I know. But out of like I don't know, out of 40 different cultivars, that one really stuck out. You know, it's just overall yielder, smell, stacked. You know, when we cloned it, it was one of the first to clone. Just
and
overall,
this is the 82.
This is the Zeta Sage
skunk times Zeta. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. So, and I wouldn't say it had some skunk qualities, but what it did for me is it had more of like a old school Jack Herrera haze, but also had that skunk profile as well. And they stacked like really dense nugs. It wasn't like wispy and
well, Zeta is basically sage, OG sage. You know, it's heavy on the sage with OG undertones, you know, so that's the Zeta side. And then the 82 skunk, and the interesting part of that was we have a listener from Kentucky whose brother had seeds in the freezer, literally in a film canister, which is like the best way to get seeds, right? It's like, that's the way you want to get seeds. Film can, thank you. This already gives me hope. It's in a film canister, right? And it had like two notes. It had a note on it which said skunk, and it was 82 skunk, and it said sticky also. And that was, so it was like, okay, I got one word, which is pretty good, because usually you get just seeds that are randomly in a bag and you hope that something happens. And so didn't get any really great females out of it, but we got a male that we were like, oh, this is
that male was a monster, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so we hit it to a bunch of things, and it's the same thing that you put it in the male position. You picked out a good male thing, dumped pollen like a maniac, but it also produced some really old. I mean, there's a whole bunch of olds because Andy grew out some other different crosses with it too, which was the 82 skunk times. What was it? What was the one you did?
Well, when we did that one run, it was the Super Silver Hash plant from Bodie, I think, and then we did
when the grow. It was actually your other guy grew some.
Outdoors. Yeah. No, it was it was the Super Silver Hash plant one.
Yeah,
it was
kind of like what I was saying before about that freak show where like everything you touched, it did something really interesting. It was one of those.
That's what the JCP did too, bro. The JCP, and that's you can taste everything we put on it, but yet they're huge. They're like supersized.
Same with this one. We sent it out to a bunch of testers. We've had 50 people grow it over the last year and a half, and we had hash made from it. All kinds of different, and the flavor just comes through. It's just got that old school. It's that almost like lemon pledge, skunk spray, but like it's got more. I can't even describe it. It's hard to put a nose on, but it's bright, it's musty, it's skunky. It's got that like turpentine, floor cleaner kind of thing going on. But overall,
which are all things we like. I like all those things. I like floor cleaner.
And really stacked.
Whatever happened to the soap?
It's like flavors that I haven't really tasted in a long time. We had people run it over and over and over again. This one guy ran 6 different strains that different crosses of it. The pure, some sweet stuff, the Gorilla Glue, the GMO, the Oreos, and kind of it had a lot of the same structure, a lot of the same trichrome look to it. Really, just overall really frosty. Really good yielder, and just kind of like everything it touched was doing really well. So. I reached out to you. I was like, hey, let's see if we can get some of these out to more people. And I was holding back the F2s because there wasn't a ton of them. Before we made a release, we had them tested, and that's we had sent out a couple other packs, but that's about it. But yeah, I talked to James. When I was on the road to getting some dogs, and we chatted about those strains, but then chatted about a bunch of other strains that he wanted to see. So we basically picked out 20 of our favorite strains. I think 12 of them, or I think maybe half of them are from the Zeta Sage line, but the other half we got some sweet stuff. We got some stuff from our Ancient Aliens crosses. We got F2s, F3s, back crosses from just our work that we've done over the past 8 years. So the Zeta is a big part of why we're able to get our foot in the door, but hopefully people are willing to try some of our other stuff. We got some pure Afghan Hindu Kush F2 seeds, some back crosses. So we can go on and on about all the genetics that we can offer, but that we offer. But 20.
You always have a very different list, which I like. There's like a lot of times you see the same things, but you're also kind of you seem to go in the direction of obviously some hype strains, but not like that's your focus. It's more like what you like.
Yeah, the goal is fine. We really focus around land race and heirloom strains. It all started with the Peruvian heirloom, and we're actually working on the Peruvian heirloom F2s, bringing back that original project. That's what we're working on right now.
Wait, Peruvian flake? Like from Stacey Keys?
Don't get too excited.
The fish scale?
Those days are gone. But it does have those similar, like, if you've never had...
Hey, Gato's about to chime in.
If you've ever had pure sativa, it is a different effect. It's a different effect than a Count's Lock Indica. And it does have those, like, uplifting, sometimes paranoid, schizo type feelings to them. And I smoked pure Peruvian in Peru, in Cusco, on the and I went and did like a whole market day after I got stoned off some Peruvian, and it was a different feeling. And I just kind of got like this feeling like, man, I want to bring this to people. Like, this is not the weed that I know, and so like it was exciting to bring those flavors back and work those in. But we we preserved the pure Peruvian, but we also crossed it to a bunch of other things that we had access to at the time, including Mac, Oreos, some a bunch of different a plethora of, I think it was 26 crosses we initially did back about 8-9 years ago, and over the course of selecting and we found some from the Peruvian stuff. We went and did some hunts through some Mozambique and Malawi strains, some Afghan Hindu Kush that were brought back by a U.S. service member. So we kind of did lines and preservations of all those things, but then also worked them into the newer lines. So it's like a little bit of paying homage to the past, but then like hooking up with the current stuff and making something really, really interesting that hopefully has interesting flavors, cannabinoids, not just like, hey, let's make some good weed smokes well, but like real medicine that maybe we're missing some of the pieces. It's like, hey, we're really bottlenecking our genetics, working towards, shorter flowering, good looking, good washing. We're really like tightening the microscope of like what we're really looking at in terms of breeding. And like, I wanted to kind of go backwards, and work backwards in order to like kind of work my own path kind of thing that I really wanted to see. Cause I grew for large, corporations and, started working for Kind Love and, did some work with, Cross Genetics and some bigger companies that like ended up, having just a lot, I worked their clone departments. I managed facilities, and like a lot of the same strains were the same. They were like fit the same criteria. They finished between 55 and 68 days, and had these profiles and like tested this percentage, and they were looking for certain things. So like a lot of things didn't make the cut. And I at home really wanted to see certain, like I wanted to experience different things. So I was growing a lot of different strains, and that's kind of where it I was breeding for things that I wanted to see. And then it was really cool that people found that refreshing. And we're like, hey, I see what you're trying to do, and I want to support that. So like, I've kind of come from doing really, really small batches, and like then being able, working, getting my website shut down multiple times because I was, selling, the credit card processor didn't want to, sell seeds. So now I'm selling seeds on my website, like as stickers, trying to get around that. But now I'm here, able to get on the Seeds Here Now site with pictures of weed, saying that we're selling cannabis. Here are the effects. It's a little bit easier to bring that message to the market when you're not having to hide behind, a ass backwards system. Yeah. So
is that still the?
Thank you.
Is
thank
that
you? Let me play.
Brett, is that really still how it is? Because I thought that
seed
sales have been completely relaxed. That there is
not with the credit cards.
I run if you want to pay with a credit card, you have credit card processors.
If
those credit card processors get wind of anything, for example, PayPal. PayPal, I'm banned from PayPal for life. My social security number, my wife's social security number.
You hanging out with taking tops or something? What have you been hanging out with taking tops?
But this has been for years. This has been for 5 years.
Right.
I haven't been able to.
We're dealing with that right now too.
Yeah, and PayPal is just one of them.
In Minnesota, we have like an actual cannabis seed license now. So in August, we are allowed to actually sell cannabis seeds in anywhere we want, but we have to get an agricultural license through the Department of Ag in Minnesota. So we actually have a license that says cannabis seeds, like we can do it, but we can't sell it anywhere online. And just today, I'm going back and forth, just trying to get my credit card processor. So I could take any word off that says marijuana, but it can say cannabis. I can't have THC range. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that, like have color code, like green, red, yellow. And I did that today, and the guy got back to me and said, no. Yeah, he took that off. And then I said, it's a heavy hitter. And he made me take that off. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do you want me to say? It gives you a happy end. You'll let me say that. But I can't say that.
Whoa.
I can basically tell you to take wet, but I can't tell you anything else. It's
a challenge. So it's just kind of been, I really had to like, build trust, with people, and like, because, if you go on my website, you got, it says you're buying stickers, and that's why we made artwork for just about every strain we made. So you're buying this sticker when you buy this.
You are buying a sticker.
And I'm gonna give you this sticker. And this is what you're paying for. but I'm going to give you a free pack of seeds. You do whatever you want with those seeds.
Never thought of before, right, Dave? No one's ever thought of that, Dave, right, Dave? Dave, look at me, Dave.
What?
Dave's like, yeah, no, it's just funny because it's like the T-shirts. I mean, T-shirts back in the day.
No, that's like the
free T-shirts, or you buying the T-shirt and you get some free
I think the conversation should be, why the fuck do we have to do this dog and pony monkey fucking shit? It is just, I feel like you and then it's
the same thing with, like,
and then you got to start over again.
Facebook, and they're getting the posts down, and they get your account shut down, and then like, it's like, let us play, like, let us play on an even playing field. So
because we're immature. This is not an industry yet. I don't care what Adam said earlier. It isn't. We don't have access to banking. It is almost like some of the decisions they're making makes me feel like they have friends running trap, and they're in it. They're somehow they make more money somehow if it winds up in the black market. I don't fuck it. Just there was always this saying in business, right? You want your company's goals to be in line with your salespeople's goals. If somehow your salespeople could make a whole lot of money, but your company doesn't do well, something's fucked up. Same reason. If the company's doing really well and the salespeople aren't doing well, something's fucked up. So we are not in alignment right now with growth. Oh. We are in alignment of line pockets and get people fighting and infighting, and just get it to the point where someone gets to use cannabis, rescheduling, descheduling, whatever it's going to be, as some political fucking bullshit in, October, so that everyone is thinking about that come voting, and it's bullshit. It's just, I'm tired of being someone's fucking pawn. It is ridiculous. What did we say? Cannabis is safer than fucking everything. Cannabis safer than sex. More people die every day having sex than smoking cannabis. So come on.
Lucky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
No, and went out
the right way.
We've kind of always been, some of you guys, some of us have always just been kind of doing the damn thing anyways. So it's like, we'll find a way to get it done. It's just
you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to, but it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I don't fear for my freedom anymore. That's one thing that's at least a little bit better, and we can.
No, that's everything right now. That's the only reason. That's the only thing I will agree with you that we've come far. We're changing.
I moved here to Colorado from Texas, where I did fear for my life every day, and for good reason. I went back to back to Texas from Colorado after working in the industry, and actually ended up in a car with somebody who didn't have their proper license, and they got pulled over. We had weed, and we all went to jail. And I was working in the cannabis industry back home, and it was my nightmare. My freedom was jeopardy because I wanted to, hang out with my buddy on, a Thanksgiving, weekend or whatever. So it's I never want to go back to Texas, but it's at least here in Colorado, sure, we got to fucking, do this shell game and this dog and pony show, but at least we get to go home at the end of the night, even if we get pulled over.
Agreed.
So I'm with you. And I wish it were different, and I run my business in a certain way. You'll see on my website if you ever go to it, because it looks like, I'm selling CBD, I'm selling shirts, I'm selling hats, I'm selling stickers, and my main passion is breeding cannabis seeds. So you can kind of figure out how that kind of, it doesn't exactly work out.
Now the world can catch them on James's site, which is awesome because James has the best breeders. You're in with all the big boys and girls now.
He's got a great crowd of reputable and respectable breeders that have been doing it for a long time. And I'm honored to be, on the list of those names, and we'll see how it all goes. I'm just happy to have the opportunity to get my seeds out to more people, and because now people can see what the strains are, what the lineage is, that I can break it down. Like on my site, it's like, here's the name, here's the picture. Sometimes you don't get to see a picture.
It's on the sticker.
Like here's the name. So now there's a little bit more information about the lineages, the flowering times, the terpene profiles, the effects. All those things are laid out, and so people I don't have to. I'm happy to talk to people, but it's a lot of questions when you ask about a strain that says sour slice. It's like, what is sour slice? What exactly am I going to experience? Or whatever. So,
I got that.
I have someone bringing hash and welcome.
Can of banana. Just put in water.
Okay, I have a buddy. Hold on.
This weekend.
This is that's my buddy Andrew.
Whoa, what's on the table there?
What are you hopping over there?
He brought over
Did you get what I was saying?
and some
Damn.
seeds that are germinating.
Wow.
Flower, some soil. Yeah, he's here to. So
don't head back. Okay, good.
He's gonna be watching the house. I'm going out of town. What did I just do? Oh no!
Nothing. Don't go back to the table or anything. We don't need to see whatever you had standing up.
I can't.
I totally missed it. I bent down for 2 seconds and missed it all.
It's okay. You're watching on rewind. Just Cat's expression should explain it all.
I'll rewind. I got something to rewind to now.
It was a dildo.
There's no dildos. I don't keep those.
Sure looked like one.
So Brett, I had asked you recently because I thought it was from you, but then you told me the guy said it was from that Bigfoot's dick clone that I got from you. Was what was the name of the group? It was something Builders, right? It was what was the name of the company? Yield.
Sorry. I can't.
You told me, and I looked it up, and I was like, okay, got you. And I went back and looked. It was Michigan. It was a Michigan roadkill skunk number 2 or something like that. Right?
Are you talking about? Okay, so you're talking about the breeder, or are you talking about the strain?
Yeah. Well, the strain and the breeder that came from, because I thought it was from you at first, and then I just kind of listed. That's why I was saying originally, like, I'm about to do some work with that one because it's pretty fucking amazing.
I can't pull it off the top of my head for that one.
It was something Builders, whether it was like Genetic Builders or
Vault Builder.
There you go. Vault Builder. Do you know?
Thank you.
Do you know these guys?
Vault Builder
Michigan
Genetics.
Guys?
It's
Jake.
I don't know his name. We don't know a lot of names on Instagram these days. Unless you mail somebody.
It is Vault Builders on Instagram. They had a Michigan number 2. It was called. You know this plant? You ever heard of this thing?
Yeah, that's Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan number 2. They had a Pure Michigan number 1 and a Pure Michigan number 2. And they they made a Bigfoot's dick and a something else.
Gold Cash Gold.
And they made a couple. And it was
that's the other one they made with that same Michigan one is Gold Cash Gold.
And there was roadkill skunk crossed to the Pure Michigan. Number 2.
Number 2.
That's what it is. Yeah. So that's the Bigfoot stick, and it's dense and raunchy, and yields really well, finishes early. Yeah, that one does well.
What was funny with that one is it literally it looks exactly like it sounds, and it's really stinky. So you're like, it grows straight up one bud, and it's called Bigfoot's dick. So you're like, well, there you go. I guess it doesn't have any branching. There's no branching.
It finishes early. Mrs. Bigfoot hates that.
Yeah, don't talk about Mrs. Bigfoot around here. Yeah, no, for sure.
But does it scream?
It doesn't scream. I think
Adam can't eat it.
That one's nice.
It is good. I like it. No, I crossed it. So that one I hit with the freak show, and it got even bigger. So it was like a small. Now I have a giant Bigfoot dick. So there you go. It's like a mega dick. A mega dick. Mega Bigfoot. Yeah, mega dick. That was an amazing plant, actually.
Put the JCP back cross on that Bigfoot. I mean, on the freak show and see what happens.
I know, right? We keep getting bigger and bigger. It's going to be like the Ron Wallace of weed.
We'll have like a 38-foot plant.
I got a 17-foot long leaf. I'm going for length. I'm going for leaf length now.
Those leaves were huge. Yeah,
leaf length. Yeah, they were big. But that's funny.
But yeah, seeds here now. Heart and Soil Project. Check it out. There's a bunch of new strains on there. A lot of them have the Zeta in there.
That's awesome.
All the Zeta strains that we put up here have been ran multiple times over and over and over again, and lots of successful outcomes. So excited to see what other people find, but we're confident you guys can find some winners. So
well, James Bean is in the chat, so why don't you jump on?
Where is he? Where is that guy?
And open up and talk to us about Seeds Here Now and how they can. It's such a difficult website to get to. seedsherenow.com.
What was that?
Okay.
Here, Mark can put this. There's a photo. I got to just send Mark. I'm sending Mark, I think. Let's see if it's going. I got a Bigfoot stick photo here. Maybe.
Oh, now we're getting banned. That's it.
Graphic content.
But it's okay to post those pictures, but not cannabis pictures.
No, but we can't even make it.
But they're dick pics. They're dick pics, so that's the thing. These are officially Bigfoot dick pics.
Well, let's segue into the fact that Jake's hash holes need a Yo-Tip XL because nobody wants to put their lips on a wet hash hole.
Oh, there you
go. What just happened?
I'm crediting Jesse Sternberg for that. Jake makes hash holes, right? Weren't you? He was saying he makes hash holes. We have Yo-Tips XLs because nobody wants to put their lips on a wet hash hole.
I like that, but the hash holes do come with filters, unfortunately.
They come with a tip that XL fits on top of it.
There's always somebody.
You forgot, Dave.
There's always that guy
in the world. I'll do dumb shit. So.
Make a tip like this. It's got a filter on one end and it's hollow. It's a wood tip.
We have one that goes on top of it, so when you pass the hash hole, nobody has to put their lips on the tip.
Oh yeah, like a silicone thing that goes on here.
No, it's birchwood. Oh, well, I'll show it to you. I'll get up and get it, but I know if I do, I'm gonna wake the puppy up.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a tip condom that goes,
I know.
I see Sternberg's. Look, she said it. I said it too, but then I realized because that was the hook I was using at Champs. People would want to just walk past the booth, and I would go, "We have condoms for your joints," and they would always stop. But when you think about it, it has a hole on both ends. So it's not a condom for a joint.
It's not a true condom.
Kind of like
it makes you understand the concept.
Yes, it stopped them.
People stop.
It's a prophylactic. You have to say it like that.
No, I don't want to use that word.
It's a can of prophylactic.
I'll use that word when Andy figures out how to make his auto rotate off or on so that it actually spins. Look, it made him go away.
Aww.
Oh no.
Andy.
I have that effect on people. Usually it's James Bean that I piss off and say something about his shirt. So James, I can't see you now, so I don't know what you're wearing. Why don't you just join?
Where is he?
He's in the chat. He's the last person to chat.
Oh, chat, but he's not in our thing. Uh-oh.
No, but does he have this? He has the Zoom thing because Mark sends it to him.
He does.
Do you want me to send it?
He gave it to Brett.
He gave it to me.
Yeah. Which one of you? He must. You know what? He must not like someone on the screen. I wonder who it is.
I just texted him and said, "What are you pissed off at me?"
Hey, Mark, I just sent you. I just sent Mark.
Oh,
a
it's
photo
me. It's me, Kat. Don't worry.
Is that happening? Is that happening or not?
I'm working on it.
Send Mark a photo. Oh, did you get it?
No, I haven't got anything yet.
This would have been Mark's favorite game day because nobody said anything to him the whole show. You could have watched a whole basketball game, Mark.
I know, and
I forgot you were.
They weren't even playing.
He did.
Right?
He could have.
He could. No, there's nobody's playing tonight.
They weren't even playing.
He watched a rerun just for fun, just so he wouldn't have to watch the show. He put on some repeat that he already knew who won.
See, James isn't going to do it. He's mad at me already. See, He's in the chat. He's mad at me.
Changing his shirt.
Okay,
He's putting
I
on a
got
better
it.
shirt.
He said it. Adam said it. Wasn't fucking me.
He's putting on a new, shinier shirt.
I
Can you make that full length so people can see it? I don't know if they
Maybe
can see
he's
it.
going to put a shirt that matches.
You have to be watching the show. But anyway,
No,
that's
Cat, don't
that
talk
is
about his shirt.
The
He doesn't like
Bigfoot's.
that.
But if it matches Bentley, it's okay.
That is the BFD.
That's the BFD Cross of the Freak Show.
Okay.
You see how, so that's the vigor coming off of it right there with the leaf size and all that. So the other one that I had was a bit 3 foot plant. This is like a 5 foot plant. So the vigor is off the chart. Put it that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then here is a Gorilla Glue. Hold on, let's see. Gorilla Glue. Showed just the cat earlier.
Yep.
Let's see.
That's not it. Let me send it back to you. It's on your
I got
WhatsApp.
it.
Okay.
He's got it. I'm sending it to him now. There's that
James
one,
has
which
no
is going
excuse. I've just sent him the Zoom link on his phone.
You're posting. Yeah, there you go.
On his phone.
These are on day 28 or something like that. So, but those leaves are like that long. They're huge. It's like when I brought somebody in the room today, he was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" I was like, "It's pretty much
it's
off
Bigfoot's
the chain.
leaf."
That is Bigfoot's leaf. Exactly. You got it. You got it.
Is that what that plant's called?
It is. It is. But yeah, I'm liking the idea where anything bigger is always fun, right? It's like growing,
right?
Even when you're growing like
Dinosaur.
fruit or vegetables, it might be not quite as sweet, but just the sheer, going into the garden every day to see something humongous is as a grower super fucking rewarding. You know what I mean? Because it's like, even though of course the reality is the smallest plants are the best, right? They're always the best. They're the fucking least yielding, the hardest to grow, the biggest bitches in the fucking world. And you're like, God damn you. And everybody goes like,
I like to find
I know,
I
but
like
it's
to find
hard.
a mix. Now you can make a mix. You can do the things, you can find a cross, I'm with you though. It's like, but I don't want to.
It's super hard. Like I had the exact same thing on this last round where I'm looking at, like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like literally the plant that has every single leaf wants to fucking strip, like as you want to pull it off. Doesn't matter what day you do it, unless it's like so shriveled up you can like knock it off. It's just, even when it has just a little bit of life, you're like, oh, you little bitch. Like it's like the worst plant. But out of all the ones, I keep going back and trying to do this test with people, and it's like they keep going back to the same one. So I'm like, fuck you people. Everybody's going to the same plant. You know what I mean? It's the worst.
You think the finished flower? The finished flower, you're saying?
It's awesome. It's awesome, but it's just the nightmare to fucking do everything. It grows those like want to break leaf, like this guy. So I'm pumping it full of silicate, trying to figure it out. But I think I might reverse it and just fucking, for fun, just be like, you know what? I'm going to try to see if maybe there's something special in you that another way I can use it. Because right now, it's a nightmare, dude. It's like those plants that you just like, as you move, you break a branch, you know what I mean? And you lift your head and it gets caught on your head. And now the branch, it's like, dude, I have like 80 yo-yos on one plant. It's nuts. It's not fun. Not fun.
That doesn't seem economical.
It isn't, but it's just one of those. I'm just saying, it's just the way it is. It's kind of the nature of the beast.
So you like to try to fix things.
Sage was exactly the same thing. It was like the smallest plant, the worst growth pattern, but it fucking killed it. Like everybody was like, "That's the one," you know what I mean? And you're like, I had it with the hog. The hog was like a nightmare.
Gravity was the same.
Not a great plant, and it was like it won the cup. So I was like, "Fuck."
Right.
It won? Like, no, now I'm stuck. So for like, you're like, don't win. You want the one that's easy to grow.
The second lowest yielder.
I think that's why Gorilla Glue did so well though over in that time period too, because it was like an all arounder. You know what I mean? It was like, wow, the thing yields really good. It had great bag appeal. Fucking people loved it. They would like hand over fist take it. Like, oh, if you had that,
it would make any grower look like they were, been growing for years. Got you really
exactly.
That glue is special for sure. We did the glue across the Zeta 82 skunk, and those came out really nice. really brought that
awesome.
glue back to life. Like just stacked, real unique. That glue that just hits you. You take a hit, it just like hits you right in the face right away. Like you're high almost instantly. You don't have to smoke the full bowl to like get high off the glue. It's kind of like Kim D or something, like you're smacked.
It has that Kim D quality of it cuts through. People recognize. You know what I mean? Like if you hit it, even somebody who doesn't really know weed, they can recognize the power there. Like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, you smell a jar of glue, a jar of Kim D, or you're like, oh my, okay, that's strong. That's potent. Like they could know nothing about weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I still grow the glue all the time. I have people I have one guy that has PTSD that literally every time he can't get glue, he tries to commit suicide. Like,
oh no, God, that's a great advertising, Kat. You should get on that. You should work that.
You know what? That's actually that's how I fell in love with the plant. Like back in 2015. I had, I was just kind of doing our thing, but Josie's like, hey, this guy wants to talk to you. So I talked to him, and he was with the Wounded Warriors Project out in California. And he was, talking to me about how, he started to smoke the glue, and he's never seen, been outside with fireworks with his children. He's got major PTSD, and he started to smoke Gigi, went outside for 4th of July for the first time and had firework, with his kids, and I'm bawling. And at that moment, that's when I knew she was special. Like Josie knew she was special when he was trimming her and popping her and all that. But when I started hearing those stories of what she actually did to people and how she enhanced them either financially, emotionally, mentally, and what she did to people's garden, that's where I knew she was a whole nother step. Like with PTSD, that's how I met Stefan. That plant's done amazing things for amazing people, and she brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah, like you were saying, like the Tahoe OG is one of my fucking favorite OGs, but it's super lanky, super hard to grow.
Oh yeah,
and
that's always been a rough one.
Yeah, but it's got such really nice flavor, just the best flavor. Right. And I just made a cross with the Gorilla Glue. It's like I got 6 of them ready to come right now. The Tahoe Gorilla Glue, and they all look really, really nice, and they all smell. I'm like you said, I'm hoping fucking glue gives it a little beef. There's a little more structure and keeps that flavor.
That's a t-shirt.
The
I'm hoping the glue gives it a little beef.
The glue breeds well. I've bred with the glue a couple of times. It breeds well. It brings a lot of the good. It's brought all the good qualities. When I've crossed it with sweet stuff, it brings a little bit of like kick to gas to the sweetness, and like the potency is always there. That's what I love about the glue.
Yeah, we have.
So I don't know if you guys.
Great.
No, sorry, I don't want to interrupt the breeding talk. I was going to say something funny.
What are you talking about, Dave, with your funny talk?
I was going to say that James Bean would join, but he said we would have to kick off more than half of the people. He doesn't want to be one of 7.
Really? Oh,
no.
To clear space for him?
No, that's not what he said. He said he just doesn't want to be the 8th person going in the 19th direction.
The 8th wheel?
He knows.
Want to be the 8th wheel? Come on.
Too.
Got our seeds. He's got my seeds on there. We love James.
I love him too. That's why
James
I wanted him to kick off.
Money at the bank.
Yeah, James is a great one-on-one guy to talk to. I've talked to him before, but it's hard to talk to 8 people. It just is. And you guys are special. Getting it done.
I was going to have him do his ad.
Dave's the most special. Dave is the most special of all of us, for sure.
This is perfect for my autism right here. This is great now. Now I'm good. Now that I know it's not COVID and everything again, I'm better.
Good. Yeah, we're not here because we have to be. We're here just due to circumstances. But no, for definitely, James has done a very good thing for the community by staying the course, even though like everybody and their fucking brother selling seeds now, but they're also like, they're not doing any vetting. They're not fucking, they don't, there's little clicks everywhere. And it's like, oh, I'm doing these and I'm doing those. And like, I actually pretty much just sell with him. He's the only guy that I've been working with for the last, whatever it has been, 8 years or something like that, just because I know how hard it is to do. Like, and I tell this all the time to people, like making seeds is not hard. It's getting people to try to grow your seeds and to get the messaging across, because now it's all contaminated with all sorts of irrelevant information that's out there that's confusing people. And sometimes you're like I had it one like a week ago. Was that in Massachusetts? I'm at a glass shop. I'm talking to the owner. Nothing about seeds. I don't even feel like pulling out the seeds and trying to hustle or anything. This guy standing next to me goes, "What you got? Some seeds in there or something like that?" And I was just like, "How the fuck is this guy?" And I was like, "Well, actually, I do."
Yeah.
And I pulled him out. And then, so I'm thinking to myself, this is a guaranteed knock out the park, easy sale. The guy, I'm giving him seeds at like $3 a seed or something stupid. You know what I mean? Like just dumb, cheap prices. It's on the East Coast. And I have them in a 20-pack. So I'm just like, giving it. And he's like, "Oh, well, do you have them online?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're just doing the classic guy at the market where you're like, he's showing interest. And then he's going, 'Can I get these online?' And I always like to say no, because if you say yes, it's like guaranteed they're walking away. You know what I mean? Like, and they won't even ask you for the information how to get it online. They'll just be like, 'Oh, okay, cool.' Like you're going to remember, you know what I mean?" So he did one of those moves. But then the owner was like, "I'll take a couple of packs of those." And I was like, "See, thanks, buddy. You made me the real sale to the guy who actually appreciates it, even though you were just fishing for information." The classic, hustle. Like he was hoping I was going to give him free seeds, which is like, at the end of the day, it's like I'll give free seeds to people all day long, but not like that. You know what I mean? It's not like I tell you a price and then you give me that puppy dog guy. It's like, are you going to just give them to me? And it's like, no, you got to do something.
And it's tough, I've given away a lot of seeds, and like all the, every seed I sell, typically we give away packs. Like all I want is like for people to grow the stuff. 'Cause like you can test it all you want, but like at the end of the day, like you need like dozens or more people out there really growing your stuff to like get an idea of what you have. And that's the beauty of, Seeds Here Now is like, they have such a like more diverse, market, that I have access to, people that
I've had so many times where I've given seeds to people hoping, with the intention that they're going to grow them at some fucking time. Right. And then I'll see them like 2 years later and I'll be like, "Hey, how'd that go?" And they're like, "Oh, I haven't done them yet." I'm thinking like, dude, I gave them to you for free.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't last forever and ever. They
like,
can last a long time, but at least, I was hoping you were going to give me some feedback. Like, "Hey, yeah, they did this or that or whatever." But instead of like, you're going to tell me in 2 years, I don't have 2 years for testers. Testers should be for people who really do testing, not for people who want to bank them away and hope one day they're going to go for it. Because it doesn't help you as a breeder.
That's the classic issue with testers, right?
Hoard them and then sell them at an auction on their page 2 years later.
Yeah,
I was going to say, they're waiting for us to die.
That's the worst. Or start a company, or like make a strain off of it or something.
I see the TV show now. It's American Pickers for Seeds.
There you go.
It's some guy that goes around. He's like, "We're here, and Adam Dunn, he's 97. Holy shit! Look at his freezer. Oh my goodness!
Look at all these seeds.
That would be good."
Hey, Nick is his son. Nick speaks for Adam because Adam doesn't talk anymore. He's 97. Let's find out. And Nick sells off your entire seed bank.
No, don't do it. No.
Oh.
He's like, "I don't know. I'll take something for it."
Yeah,
no.
Nobody's into seeds anymore. They all want these genetic whatever variants where they go, and there it is. The computer builds it.
3D printed seeds.
Yeah.
Some new thing.
AI plants.
Right. It's like that scene from a Back to the Future where it's like, you have to use your hands like it's a baby's toy. No.
Back to what Brett was saying, like we as a breeder or grower, I want everyone to have access to the genetics, to the seeds, to grow quality. So like Kat and I are constantly, especially in Minnesota, like giving away seeds to anyone that wants them for the most part, because especially the veteran community is where I come from. So it's giving the genetics, giving the access, because at the end of the day, it's about access. And for me, that's like, it's fantastic to be able to sell into a regulated market. It's fantastic to go to a store and buy weed of your choosing. All that's cool, but it's always just been about the access, right? Just increase the access, increase everyone's ability to get access to help themselves for whatever reason they need help with.
Yeah, the right to home grows, like, all that stuff is like, that's where it really matters. Like, and even if, I mean, how we like, even if they don't allow it, like, you know, do your thing. I ship all over the world, you know, and people are finding ways to get it done. And I think it's just like important to put quality genetics in people's hands, and like more and more people have access, and like giving people like the freedom to choose their own medicine and like not have to go to the store, and like, you know, like there's so many more options out there than like what's within your driving distance, you know.
Absolutely.
It's like,
for sure. For sure.
Well, it's also changing your local sort of, like giving people access to things they never would have had access to. And sometimes it's like, I used to have it all the time where, you know, like Amsterdam was a fun place to be growing, like obviously like having all those different choices, but now people are already at that level where if you're in a state that doesn't have cannabis, they've already got they'll have stores that have everything, but to the point of overkill, so that by the time the real stuff comes around, people have a total misconception of what's fucking quality or not. You know what I mean? That's where we have to.
Yes, yeah, you know,
that's what we have to teach people is.
Of course. Education, exposure, you know, accessibility. It's like, you know, it's like food or like spices, you know, all those things. Like it changes your worldview when you're able to like use something more than salt and pepper. You know, it's like you can really enhance your quality of life by like having access to like,
and you can ruin a meal really easily if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So there you go. It's
absolutely
one or the other. You can overdo it. You can
That's for sure.
Hey, so hey, we got to get into some ads, I think, because we're gonna need to wrap up in the next 15 or so. But if you guys want to give us, we'll do like everybody give us their kind of. Yeah.
Well, Stefan, we should get you in touch with Ed Rosenthal if you're not in touch with him already, because he's doing this million seed giveaway. So he's doing a big seed giveaway.
Million. It was a million. It wasn't a billion.
I'm just
He's exaggerating.
A million is like 6 buckets. Oh, no, like 2 buckets. Like 2 buckets is a million seeds. 2 good buckets solid. You know what I mean? Like it's about 2.5 buckets. That's doable.
And now it just doesn't seem like a lot of seeds, though, when you say that. It just.
But a billion.
Adam's downplaying it. You know, Adam's seen a lot of seeds in his day. You know,
so we
not
should
everyone sees
solid buckets.
No,
it takes a lot
wants
to fill
viable
a bucket.
seeds.
It takes a lot. It's like when you're trimming and like doesn't matter how much you trim, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? That's it. Like what seeds? It's seeds. It's the same situation where you're just like you think you're getting a ton, and then you're like you realize at the end like okay maybe in individually yes you may have a lot, but if you're trying to grow millions and millions and millions and millions of seeds, it does take quite some volume.
A lot of buckets.
A whole lot of bucket. Takes a lot.
Well, Kat and Stefan, how do people get in touch with you?
I'm sorry.
How do people get in touch with you?
I'm still cat.gg_ on IG. That's my legacy. But Minnesota wise, I didn't really want people to know who I was here, so I came up with Sugar, which is a gummy line. So you can either find me at Sugar Canico. But Stefan and I have been great friends since about 2017. In Minnesota, we started a seed line called High End Genetics Logie Bloom. We really can't be found too high because everyone likes to turn us in. But I'll let Stefan kind of go for me. Yeah. It's usually either the algorithm turns us in or, you know, that competitors that's like, oh, they posted. Let's report that.
Oh, so we shouldn't put your website up on our chat right now?
Oh,
then?
you can put my.
Have at it. Let them come. Have at it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a little seed thing coming up soon too, right?
Exactly. Bring it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been doing GG for the last decade.
Robot? Is that one robot?
We went robot.
That was crazy.
We're going to robot. All right, one more time.
It's usually me roboting.
Yeah.
Kat, you've gone full robot. Now you're full mute.
GG has still got a bunch of. Okay, I unmuted for a second. No, well, GG is still live. We've got a lot of drops going. Well, Caesar here now. Attitude, Pure Sativa. They'll be doing the original glue. as well as the Zulu, which is coming out, and possibly in April we'll have an anniversary for Josie's passing, as well as this month, or actually in July, will be 1 year for our first High Times Cup 10 years ago. And so we've got a lot of different things of that nature going. Am I breaking up?
No, you're doing good.
Okay. So that's kind of what the GG legacy is still going. I've got Stefan here in Minnesota with me. He's been keeping a lot of shit moving forward, taking my crazy ideas with his crazy ideas and bringing out some bangers. I'll let him kind of talk about his process and what he's brought to the GG land.
Yeah, real basic. I like to fail fast. Throw a lot of stuff in the room, run a lot of phenos, find what works quickly, and keep her moving, and then keep the cuts to the backside. And much similar to what Brett's been doing, I've been focusing heavily on introducing lots of land races to either the straight GG number 4s or the ChemSys GG4 cross that we have, and just bringing back those. Yeah, the UFTA OG is a solid run.
Andy, do you approve of this or what?
Oh yeah,
Andy. Oh, is this a super Minnesota thing? This is super Minnesota. 100%. Is this like Wawa's or something? Is this like the Wawa of Minnesota? What is going on?
Oh yeah,
understanding what is going on with this oofta.
Do I have oofta?
And do a little fishing before we smoke a little oofta.
We got the oofta.
We might have lunch.
Is this the whiz of Minnesota, or what is going on? I don't quite get it. Sounds a little weird.
No, I was in the service for 10 years.
Our next strain's going to be called Tater Tot Hot Dish. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was just saying I was in
we
the
should
service
just have a strain called
years.
Minnesota Hot Dish.
Yeah.
All right. Shut the hell up, Dave.
Okay.
So I was able to take genetics from different continents that I was traveling through, and been hoarding them, and now over the last 6 years been kind of breeding them back and developing some stable stuff that is stacking weight and putting out good profiles, and and that's kind of what we've been crossing into the GG stuff. So there's a lot of solid bangers coming, a lot of stuff on the shelf for the rec market as well. Just patiently enjoying the time in the rooms.
See, Dave, he talked, Dave.
I know, I love it.
You saw it. You were sitting there.
Yeah.
You witnessed.
Sounds like we have a lot
You
in
witnessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you have a beard. You have a beard.
He was actually on. He joined the Zoom before the show started at a regular time. We were talking for a half an hour before the show.
Oh
okay?
yeah,
you never
that's
talk
when
to
all
the
the good
guest.
stuff
Dave.
happens.
That's how,
when you're off
exactly.
the air.
You fucked it up, Dave. Don't ever
That's
talk
how
to
it
the guest
always
again.
goes down.
Wait until the show.
We need to do some trading. I'd love to talk more about your projects. It seems like you and I are right on the same wavelength, and I think we could help each other out a lot. It's definitely the beard.
Will you steal me a donkey?
We'll see.
Well, I don't have any donkeys, but we can get you a little pig or something. So
black sheep. She needs a black sheep.
You can rescue a pig from a barbecue. Feel good.
Yeah, actually, Brett, I got a Durban poison. I took from 14 weeks to 8-week flower time just by inbreeding. I think that's right in line with some work you're trying to do. I think it'll cross well with a lot of the lines you got going now.
Yeah, I'd love to.
We gotta get you.
If you're down, I'd love to trade or do whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam, I'm not sure how I get in touch.
To me.
Adam, you need to help me get in touch with him. Okay?
Yeah, I will. We will. No problem.
So I'm at Heart and Soil Project on Instagram and at Heart and Soil Seeds. So you can find me on Instagram.
I'll find him right now for you.
So,
look at this bromance. This is like a beard bromance going on down here. I don't know what
right?
No, we're
you better get your wife involved, Brett.
But yeah, anybody else, heartandsoilproject.com, heartandsoilproject.com/shop. You can find all of our swag, all of our shirts and hats on the website. Check us out on Instagram.
Say on the seed.
Heart and Soil Project TV.
I'm sorry.
No.
Heart and Soil Project.
Yeah, heartandsoilproject.com is the website, or if you want to find us
IG.
We got Heart and Soil Seeds is where you'll find all of our flower pictures. If you go to Heart and Soil Project, you'll find a lot of farm videos and memes and lives. And you'll be like, "Hey, this is sell seeds. What the hell's going on?" It's because we got shut down a bunch of times from Instagram. So
you were deleted at 12K.
Well, and I have 26,000 followers, and I was able to get that account back after a year of being shut down. So it was like I was shut down for a year, and then I got it back. So I don't.
The
so I
sticker
just
business
started
is
posting
great.
some flower pictures there again, but yeah, you can message me there, or you can always email me at banderson@heartandsoilproject.com. That's usually the best way to get in touch with me. I like to do it via email whenever possible, and just do it old school, so we don't stay off all the platforms. But yeah, I appreciate everybody having me on. It sounds like you guys need to get with the program, do some.
We got to do some ads.
The ads and whatnot.
We
I
can't
gotta
leave
go.
Jake out. Jake's waiting. He's like, "What about me? What about me?"
It sounds like my wife is yelling at my kids. My kids are probably acting crazy. I think
she heard. She's watching the show. She heard about the romance. She's coming down to meet you.
But I really appreciate you having me on. And go check out Seeds Here Now. Type in Heart and Soil Project. Check it out. Go make them sell out, so they gotta re-up on me. So let's
do that. Or Zetas.
Do it.
All right.
Go do it.
Peace, man.
Appreciate everybody's support.
Peace.
I'm out here.
Thanks,
it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Jake.
Yeah, for sure.
They can find you at Midnight Roots everywhere, all over the place. Midnight.roots on Instagram, and what else?
Yeah, midnight.roots on Instagram, midnightroots.com. My ancillary tips and papers are Midnight Smoking, so it's midnightsmoking.com and midnight.smoking on Instagram.
What about your seeds?
Seeds Here Now. I would start there, as everybody else has been saying. They've been supporting me for a long time. He's been a big supporter, and I've sold out a couple of times on his place. He's been texting me too as well. But midnightroots.com does have all my description, and you can find my seeds there as well. But I always like to say go to Seeds Here Now because James is a good guy. But yeah,
I put all the work on him. That's what I do.
And if you're in Michigan, look for the Midnight Bar.
Let Jimmy do it.
Thanks for having me. I
really bring out that pumpkin spice again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye,
always.
Jake.
Bye,
It was
Kat.
good to see you.
Egan, Adam, take care, guys.
For sure. Peace out, man. See you soon.
I'll see you guys.
Cool. All right, later, man.
Trying to find.
And we will see you guys. Minnesota doesn't leave. Minnesota can't leave. They don't want to leave. They're like, we gotta leave.
No, we're stuck.
We stay till the
Adam,
very
I
end
have
of
a
the
really
party.
funny picture for you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Do you remember this?
I can't see it. Will you put it up one more time? Oh, yeah, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
I got one like that, but with Snoop Dogg.
That's awesome.
That was in 2015 when MJ Biz was back at New York, New York.
Right?
Nice.
That was so good.
All right.
All right. Gentlemen, I got to break
When
out.
Adam
Go
had
let the
hair.
dogs
Okay,
out.
man.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the time very much. It's nice to meet
Right
you.
on.
Take care. Andy, I'll get in touch with you later. Kat, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you soon,
All
brother.
right.
Okay.
Adam, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stefan, I'll talk to you
Kat.
tomorrow.
Peace.
All
All right, you guys. Thank
Peace out.
you. Bye.
All right.
Later.
Over and oot. Oot. Is it oot or boot? Oh, no. You're not Canadian yet. You're close to Canadian. Oh, you're so close.
I know.
Steve.
I got called I was Canadian
Mike
early.
won.
That was rough.
You almost booted it. You almost booted it.
Hey,
All
when
right. I was thinking of you.
when I
Canada.
sit in the
Speaking of
crown in
Canada.
Amsterdam, I'd always claim Canadian. I never claimed American because that's when we had Bush, and that was no good. So
Yeah,
fuck that. I was
that
like,
wasn't
nope,
working.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, right?
Hell yeah. What's
Hell
it all about?
You know.
So, speaking of Canada, we got Vinny Bob behind the fucking wheels of steel and
Nice.
the fucking hunk of steel out front.
What?
Smoking up
Smoking out.
some
Smoking out
meats and
front.
playing
That's
some
so
beats.
high.
Smoking up meats. Oh, he's got the killer new outside set up too. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
got the bar set up.
Is it all set? Is there a bunch of drums
Oh,
out there
dope.
sitting at the bar?
We're finishing it off
arf.
tonight.
Nice. So come on down to So High Cafe, 4300 West Alameda. Come get some burnt ends,
Some
brisket,
wings,
some wings,
mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese is a specialty fighter today. So
Dope.
yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm not there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
No,
you're missing out.
I did the
Oh, yeah.
mini.
He did a little
I
salt
pulled out all the
bay.
good cheese.
Yeah.
You weren't around. I was like, yeah,
Salt
the
bay.
Gruyere. I pulled
Yeah.
out the Gruyere when you weren't around.
Salt
Anyway.
But yeah, if you got a vinyl that you want to
So
listen
high.
to while you're eating some barbecue, bring it on down. He'll throw it on for you. Or if you have a DJ set,
Bring it down.
and
Yep.
we'll get you all taken care of. We have other podcasts that record here.
Come in, check out
yeah.
Sports Fiends on Mondays.
Sport Fiends on Monday. You can come be part of the audience. 4300 West Alameda. Do it.
We drink Ozo.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, we do.
One of the only places
OzoCoffee.com.
Ozo
Done
racing
deal
through
20.
It's in the sauce.
OzoCoffee.com. Done deal 24. 20% at checkout.
It's in the sauce.
Buildasoil.com.
Oh, I can't believe Miles didn't hang around.
I know. I tried to get him to
commercial.
sit over here for a little bit.
Like, you could have sat here for the whole thing, and you could have waited till right now because he would have been on there busting
Where'd
out.
he go? I talked to him
fermented.
earlier. Where is he?
I don't know. He was doing interviews, and then he was on the phone a
He's
lot.
fermenting somewhere right now. He's out fermenting.
He's a busy
somewhere.
guy. He thinks he's important. Look, we're gonna have to talk to that guy.
He was all dressed up. Even. It was the only time he wasn't in tie-dye. No, he wasn't.
blowing up.
No, he
I
wasn't
love
tie-dye.
Miles to death. I give him a big hug and a cooch behind his
Miles
ear.
has to be one of the most productive. Actually, we're really close to his. We're down in his part of the.
That's
the
what he
world right
said.
now. We are down.
That is what he said.
I'm down north. I'm literally down in his fucking neck of the woods. So I wish he would have stayed there, so I could have found out where the fuck to go.
Nice.
North Carolina right now.
Oh, he didn't stay for the
It's pretty
story.
awesome.
Buildasoil.com.
Hey.
Get the done deal.
I got fans in the background. Oh yeah, for sure. We got a big day. So we will be. We will be where we're at. Exactly. We will be where we're at. So we are here. And if you are a Patreon listener, I'm just realizing as I didn't take any videos. I left at 6 a.m. Didn't take any videos. So we're going to be doing crazy drop-in videos during the weekend, right, Mark?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, he got it.
What?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that.
No, I know. I'm sending you new videos this weekend because I don't have any videos written. So we're going to be. Because I'm camped up and I've literally just broke into someone's house and camped out, and now they like me now, so it's okay.
Oh, good.
So yeah, we were like, I was like, we need to do a show now. So we're like, okay, we're going here. So yeah, crazy times.
Grandma on the porch.
Studio number. What is this? 72.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Anyways, buildasoil.com.
What kind of
Call them
camera
up
is
for
that?
the done deal.
Oh.
855-877-SOIL. YoTip.com.
YoTip.
Oh, sorry. YoTip.com.
What was it? No,
So I was going to say to Jake that we. What?
Say it.
Say to Jake, nobody wants to put their lips on a wet hash hole.
Oh,
there you go.
Nailed it.
So that's why you need
Nailed it.
I give Jesse. No, that's Jesse. He came up with that.
I know.
It was fantastic.
Oh, Jesse, you're the man.
Yeah,
Jesse's
of course it was.
always coming up with good shit. He's fucking
Yeah.
on it.
No, he gets it. This is his
Every single thing
company.
he's ever told me, every single thing he's ever said, like he even like the one he told the guy, when he was telling the rapper, and the rapper got all nervous and said it was sounded gay, and I was like, what? That's not. That sounds awesome. He was like, what did he say? Check your tip or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Check your tip, and I was like, that's pretty good. I like that. Anyway.
It's an amazing product.
Catchy phrases. They make an awesome product. Got
So,
one right here.
I'm gonna
Ready to
say,
rock.
I smoked a gajillion joints with a whole bunch of people using a YoTip for the past, I don't know what, year and 2 years almost, right? I mean,
Year and 2 years. I like that. Year and 2 years.
I mean, I was gonna say because I'm going by MJ BizCons, right? Because we met 2 MJ BizCons ago, and so it's a year and a half ish. And I used them, and I've avoided anything, right? I smoked a joint with someone when I took him to the airport last week.
I smoked 2 joints before. I smoked 2 joints. Yes.
Somehow did not have a YoTip. I didn't know what I was thinking, and now I have a cold.
Dude.
Wow, dude.
You're weak.
So
you're
right?
weak is what you're saying. Now you've become weak.
Yeah, dude.
YoTips has lowered your immunity down to 0. I guess.
Oh, shut the fuck up. No, it means YoTips work.
Yep.
YoTips
exactly.
really work. And I didn't use one, and I suffered for it. So go to YoTip.com, enter Done Deal at checkout, or if you have a dispensary, a smoke shop, if you shop at a dispensary, tell them they should be carrying YoTips.
Did you ship some over to somebody over there, to the OG Club or whatever? You should be talking to that guy.
I will bring some
Autoflower
there.
thing.
Yeah,
why don't you ship
better to
some?
bring
Have
them.
them ship some. No, better to ship them, dude. Way
To
better.
Spain?
Yeah, like right now, like have them sent out so they're there, because you're not gonna. Those are heavy when you have a lot of them, because they're going.
How many people do you think will be at the Autoflower Cup?
No, just for to have that whole fucking you need a box out there, and that's like a big chunk, and they're gonna look like, what do you have these for, mister? You're like, oh, I'm giving them away, and they're like, oh yeah, you're not.
I was planning on bringing 3 full boxes already.
I can ship my pants for free.
There's 54 per box, so right, that's 162.
Yeah, I
right?
usually lose like 10 myself personally.
Oh,
Like,
I can't wait to ship my pants. I just shipped my
162 tubes of 4.
Well, go ahead and get your done deal on those tubes at yotip.com. Greenfarmsmed.com.
Greenfarmsmed.com. If you need medical cannabis in Colorado and you are in the Springs, you need to go by Green Farms Med, which is our buddy's J-Dub, who's got over 800 items on the SKUs. He's got every single brand that you out of Colorado that's worth anything. He's got amazing. They have some amazing like carts now, like live rosin carts that are fire. So check them out. Obviously, use Dunn Deal on checkout. You get a super bonus, but you do have to be a medical patient and you have to be in the spring. So it's kind of, there might be 5 of you out there, but all 5 of you should go down there. That'll make it.
Do it. Greenfarmsmed.com. Green Bros.
Boom.
Look, the final day of the sale.
Oh shit!
For the
Dave's been talking. I'm hoping to get an Alchemist unit soon, so we can do some runs with the Sour D run of seeds, so I can do some hash making with their Alchemist 420. Have you seen that one yet? It's on there. It's on that list. But it's a really cool setup, and you can also, if you are doing a commercial operation and you're at that phase where you are paying X amount per month for trimming, you need to focus that money on the quality of the trim for the best of the buds, and at a certain level, you need certain buds that are not worth hand trimming. Let me tell you, and then there's also certain plants that are not even, like, some plants are just awesome. Like, you run it through the machine once, and you're like, wow, that's awesome, that's great. Or you can take it to about 85% and do the final trim, focusing your energy on the final details and not on all the pre-work. So check them out.
Greenbros.com with a Z.
Make sure.
Final day of the harvest bucket sale, so get on that.
Oh shit!
Apothecary Farms.
After that, it's 10% forever.
That's right. Apothecary Farms. .com. If you're into concentrates and you're in Denver, Oklahoma, go check out their concentrate selection. They have plenty of single source grown for hash products, and they got here in Denver, actually, they got their single source flower on the shelf now too at reasonable prices. You want to stock up on Mondays because that is Max Out Monday, and they just lowered some prices for March actually too. So go check it out. Apothecary Farms. Get it.
Ouch.
Get it.
Dabx.com.
Dabx.com. Enter Dunn Deal at checkout. You get 20% off your order. Everything in the shop. There's a new glass coming out soon. It's going to be amazing. It's got like the Dabx logo lasered into the inside glass. It's really something. Rocket's amazing. Get the Pro Tool. What an amazing device. Go to dabx.com. Done deal at checkout. What a great new invention. I mean, think about it. Remember, the vapor doesn't go anywhere near the reclaim. So when you take a look at the reclaim, it's wicked clean and can actually be used in a lot of things afterwards. But the hit is fantastic again and again and again.
Dabx.com. Get the done deal. 14 or bolder.
Look at that.
So, look at them.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, best. And they won a Jack Harrah Cup. So
they want
head on over to 14er. check out their specials. It might even be better than the Dunn deal right now, so no need to enter it. But you can enter it or tell them you heard about it on the show. They've been preaching terps over THC for years. Their concentrates are absolutely fucking amazing. It really is next level. Their new Garden Select is beyond words. So you want to head over to 14erboulder.com, enter a pre-order, go down there, talk to the bud tenders. You can pick up yo tips there too.
Dude, I'm so sad.
Why?
The Rosendong's
No, it's gone. They took the
Rosendong's gone.
Oh,
no.
man.
Oh, no.
Don't they realize that that's our number one prop?
Yep.
The old Rosendong.
No.
I'm glad I
Can't you go
screenshot
back
it.
and... I was going to say, you must be able to.
I got something for you. We're good. Anyways,
Well, you can't screenshot
KawaiHempCo.com.
quality like Kauai Hemp. There you go. How's that?
That's right.
Head over to KawaiHempCo.com, enter Dunn deal at checkout. It's amazing organic hemp products. If you're a deadhead, you got to be supporting this company. It's amazing. I give it to my pup. She loves it. I love their stuff. So please, KawaiHempCo.com.
TakingTopsCannabis.com.
There he is, Mr. Taking Tops himself.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff going on here. So check him out, Taking Tops Cannabis, and, find all of his links.
Go on his Discord, check out his different links, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, these guys were definitely big. So I checked out the Mini. The Mini was pretty dope, but I definitely think our model is the one, the Big Daddy. Big Daddy is the way to go. But they have the little Mobis connector deal now where you can connect it and make a little bong out of it, which is pretty sick. Cool little unit.
That thing will fork you up.
Yeah, dude.
It'll fork your little brain.
Oh, it's a fire piece of equipment.
It's a 3-hitter.
Did you clean it up, Vinny? Did you clean it? Did you clean it all up, Vin?
It's going pretty good.
Or,
So we have a link
dirty as hell.
to it.
No, it's not dirty.
You do?
It's clean. It's clean. I haven't used it because it fucks you up. You can't get anything done.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like a day kit. It's like a day wrecker.
It is a day wrecker.
Anyways,
it's a day wrecker.
StudentGlass.com, and
I've only done 2, and they
send me the link, Dave, and I will put it up there.
Okay.
It will mess you up.
And it's 24%. It's 24% off.
24% off on that thing, and
not 24% off, but still decent because we're talking big. We're talking big ticket now. We're talking greenhouses.
But
we're talking major ticket items.
Man,
almost so major that we'll get Dave to look up from his phone, but maybe not. Maybe
I'm
Dave
trying to get the.
I think he's lost in the
link.
sauce.
If you're hitting a plateau on getting stoned, get one of those things. HortitechDirect.com.
Hortitech Direct. You got to be able to combine those words.
HortitechDirect.com, the best greenhouses in the market. They're double lined. All of the mechanics are on the interior of the greenhouse. We had a customer and someone we interviewed tell us it was minus 70 degrees for 3 days, never changed from 72 degrees inside. So go to HortitechDirect.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Adam Dunn Show. Amazing products, and 6 of those brushes, baby. Just an amazing greenhouses.
Terpwipes.com.
Terpwipes.com/Dunn.
I need more. I ran out.
Terpwipes.com/Dunn.
I'm here without some. I don't even look at it. I don't have it. Look what happened. Can't even show my dad back. He won't allow me to see it because I don't have my.
Terpwipes.com/Dunn deal.
I need my terp wipe. I ran out. I don't.
Bummer, man.
Bio365.com. They are the kings of soil. So if you are running any facility right now, all you need to do is go to bio365.com or speak to Tim at bio365.com via email. He's going to send you a ton. Okay, bio365.com.
Right.
Numbnutsco.com.
Numbnutsco.com. Enter Dunn deal at checkout. You'll get 20% off any of their CBD peanut butter, their cinnamon almond peanut butter, their dog peanut butter. If you are a medical patient, you can click Find Our Nuts, and you can buy their 1,000 milligram peanut butter at dispensaries all over Colorado. And if you're in Breckenridge, head over to Breckenridge Organic Therapy. Just tell them, place a pre-order while standing online. You get 10% off everything.
SunscapeLED.com.
Sunscape LEDs soon to be found in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So Argentina. So they are amazing lights. Amazing.
I got some waiting. I got some waiting for me, so I can't wait. I'm going to have them. We're going to be building a garden soon. We'll do that on the Patreon too. So if you're a Patreon listener, you get to watch me experience the lights myself for once. So I'm pretty excited. It's got the RD2D. So it's not the same, but it's very close. That's the controller box for it. That apparently I can control all sorts of cool stuff. So it's going to be interesting. But great lights, great company, and very focused on customer satisfaction.
The failure rate is less than 1 in 1,000. So customer service is second to none, especially when you need it. They're there. I came from the Chinese mining industry, where the failure rates had to be that of being in pool industry, where mines need to stay lit when they need to stay lit. Okay, sunscapeled.com.
That's right.
JeromeBaker.com.
Yes, sir. Legends in the game, Jerome Baker, now in Vegas, but guy's been around since the early 90s and went down in Operation Pipe Dreams with our buddy Tommy Chung also. So he's really been through the ringer, but on top of that, he's also kind of maintained his style, makes some amazing pieces, and has a great company which is based out of Vegas. So if you're in Vegas, you can go to their Dream Factory and check out it's like a museum literally. And if you want to hold an event in Vegas, you want to contact them too, because they've got a killer little spot, which is really easy access to downtown. And so check them out, JeromeBaker.com or Jerome_Baker, I believe it is on Instagram. So
boom.
Booyah.
Seeds
and there he is.
Seedsherenow.com. February is here, and we're heating things up with tons of sizzling sales. Every order secures a free California Seed Bank one fritter quitter.
TAI.
Please. Plus enjoy 20% off all Atlas seed packs and pineapple flavored strains all month long. Don't miss our winter warm-up weekend, February 9th through the 11th. Valentine's Day Love-a-thon, February 14th. This is February.
Yeah, bro, he's just having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
The AI must be out of control.
Nope, my bad.
He's good.
I thought it was
He's there.
MTAI. Never goes wrong.
That was last month.
Oh.
So let's see here.
Yeah.
It's Atlas Seed Breed of the Month, I think.
There we go.
Maybe. Probably.
No, it says.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I see it.
Ain't happening.
I'm confused.
No,
Me too.
maybe.
Shit. My bad.
James.
He's got shit. Anyway, he's always got shit going on.
Our brains
don't worry
work
about
so
the
good.
read. You just got to go catch up to genetics here at
Scroll
seedsherenow.com.
All the breeders are there.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to go through the breeders. Of course, Vinny, what do you think we're doing here? Look at all these breeders here. And they take crypto, credit cards, all kinds of shit, man. You go ahead and get on there. Seedsherenow.com. Get your genetics.
Wait, go back up. There it is.
Yeah,
The Heart and Sealed project.
Heart and Soil.
He's
It's
made
up
it to
there.
Seeds Here Now.
Yeah.
Check it out.
See,
Yeah,
dreams do come true on the Adam Dunn Show. All you got to do is come on the Adam Dunn Show.
Hey, we managed all those people
Speaking
pretty
of
well
Seeds
tonight. I
Here
mean, there was a
Now.
lot of talk over, I guess, but
Not
there was a
bad,
lot
I
of
think.
people.
There's a lot
Okay.
of people. That was getting me stressed out there. Seedsherenow.com, and of course, don't forget about us. Don't forget about me.
Yeah.
What about me?
Go
what about
buy it.
me? What about me?
You can look
Adam
like.
Dunn Show.
Yeah, we got all
You
kinds
can
of
look
designs.
like all of us. You can look like every one of the people who's ever
You'll
worked on
never
the
look
Adam
like
Dunn
me.
Show. No, we got the kid. We got MTI.
Yep.
We got some sort of a girl who never worked here.
There's
We got
the kid.
we got a couple.
Oh, wait a
We're not too
second.
bad.
Let's see. Well, hold on a
That's
second.
big time the kid right
Is
there.
it? No, it's not quite there.
These
Not
two
quite
right
there.
here.
So yes, next week it looks like we're going to be. I'll be in Amsterdam, I think, and we'll see when I have the ticket in hand. And then the week after that, Dave will be out in Barcelona.
You too?
I know. We both will. So next week you're going to be still in the States, and I'll be there. So we'll do this sort of style. Hopefully we can make it work. I think so. Next week I'm going to have Ravi from Sensi Seeds. I've lined him up.
Oh.
So I was going to go down because also our buddy Scott from Minnesota, another Minnesotan.
Oh gosh.
He is working with the guys from Sensi, so he wanted me to interview them or to do some sort of interview, and I was like, well, how about I go see Robbie? So Robbie, who's the son of Ben Dronkers, will be on the show. And who knows?
How old was he when you first met him?
Oh, he was a baby, literally.
Yeah.
Like he was crawling around on the floor when I met him. So I can give him my love.
He inherited the whole Sensi fortune.
I knew you when you were crawling on the floor, crawling next to me. But I think I might even have a photo somewhere lined up, so I have to go look through it to find it. But all right, so keep an eye out for that, and I want to thank everybody. We're not going to do Patreon because I'm not able to because I got to get the heck out of here, get to my real spot.
Oh no!
But I will send some videos. Up, not until I get back on Sunday or Monday probably, but it's going to be awesome because there are going to be some good ones. I literally was running as I always am to the airport last minute.
No ID. Don't go through the scanner.
No, I had my ID. Didn't have to go through the scanner. There were so many people at the airport today. Oh my God, let me tell you this. I got to the airport, right? And with Kyle, and we went in, and he had already checked us in, and I'm like, okay, smooth. We go downstairs. We look at the line. The whole line is going like crazy. It goes around. It goes all the way into the baggage claim and goes halfway down the baggage claim, back and forth like 3 times. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh my, I've never seen it like this long. But it's moving extremely fast. It took 12 minutes from the time we got there till the time we got to the front. And at the very last 3 rows, they had a dog and they had a guy, and he was checking every single passenger going through. And I was like, oh, if this was like 10 years ago, I would have been
not for drugs.
Of course. Oh, I know it was. But I was like, 10 years ago, I would have been so like, oh my, what do we do?
Totally
I would have been like, what do we do now? What do we do now?
What do we do now? Oh no.
We're like, what do we do? It would have been, it was the classic.
Total sweat.
It was the classic. And then as we got to the front, it was like me and Kyle had to go side by side, and like they go like, okay, ready, go. And you walk across like a catwalk. It's almost like
the bum walk. Yeah.
And then they have the dog, and he runs back and forth around you. And I felt very disappointed that he didn't even barely look at me. I was like, come on, this dog.
Because you're just a person. You don't have what he wants.
I wanted to see at least a little point action, like, hey, this guy might be kind of.
You say that now.
Because you
would not be here right now.
Yeah, if you were still having
didn't give me any point action. But no, the funny part was that Kyle, all of a sudden, I breezed through, I breezed right on through. I was like, hey, no problem. Right? Breeze on through. Kyle, on the other hand, gets stopped. And he's sweating balls. They're making him wait. He finally gets, guess what it was? The thing that we didn't even need, which was he brought a special, sort of stand for your phone stand. So in case we needed it or whatever. But it had a big, heavy base on it. So they were looking at the base. You know what I mean? Like the guy made him open the whole fucking bag, and then he pulled that out. So it's like, really? But anyway, classic. It was the most busy I've ever seen. The fucking
Mark and I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. If you were out of the
usually
range,
we make
you would
it
have been
through.
fucked. If you went out to the shooting range, I'm going to go out and blast off some blast. It would have been that. That would have not been because that dog was waiting to bust somebody for gunpowder. You know what I mean, of some sort. There's somebody, right? Some dumbass brought a gun or whatever. That dog's on you so fast, man. It was crazy. So. All right.
Enjoy your
week. Everybody. Have a good
right,
time, guys. I'll be back on Monday, and I will see you out there.
This last part I was
peace
making.
Out to everybody.
Peace.
Making seats
Peace out,
for
y'all.
you. We got some beans, bro.
Burnt beans, burnt ends.
No. These
got it all.
These are the.
All right. Let's do it.
Patreon.
Peace out.
Let's take our last job.
Oh, do you want to take a dab or do you want to do the intro?
Freak Show Chem D.
All right.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication
You want to smoke it?
to take a trip, to come out, to groove. The Stefon jackets on American Autoflower. This is a special question. We go into the smoke.
Meet our tops.
Sweet. Some call it marijuana. Sweet. Some call it sesame. Sweet. Some call it down spread. And some people call it.
He said. Right there.